Absolutely.
Going live in however long. We're live.
In a time period.
In a time period. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon.
I hate the YouTube live stream setup so much.
There's a massive amount of wasted space.
Yeah. I'm going to switch that to the other side, and I'm going to put the chat on the right. I wanted to put the chat on the left so you could see it more easily, but I think that works better. Anyway.
It's fine. It's fine.
There we go. Now we get statistics and chat. There we go. That'll do.
Statistics.
Indeed. Good evening. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good day.
Good day. Yes. Hello. Yay, Postal, Chris, Dennis, Demney. Hello, everyone else as well. Not just the green names. How are you all doing? He has had a haircut. I got a haircut while I was on holiday. In fact, I bought my own.
Willingly.
Yes. Well, I bought my own clippers and everything. I showed up at the holiday house with my family, and I was just like, I've got clippers. Can someone do my hair, please? Because it's really hard to do it yourself. Like, I can do my own hair, but like doing the back bits and stuff like that. Although I have got a slight line just across the top of my ear where my sister went in a bit too much with the clippers, and there was a and she was like, whoops. And I'm like, that's not a noise you want to hear when someone's cutting your hair.
Whoops.
Yeah.
I mean, I imagine it's worse when it's a tattoo.
Yes, this is true.
Or like a piercing. Just chunk. You did want it in the right ear, right?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's doctors legitimately mark out stuff and be like, cut here, don't they?
Yeah.
Anyway, hello everyone. How are you all doing? Still keeping it. Oh yeah. The beard isn't going anywhere. That's not going to happen. But yes. Right. Not a proper haircut. Well,
when there are 10 million subscribers.
Yeah. 10 million subscribers, each of them donating a $5 or something like that. Yeah. Well, I need to actually. I'll have to decide on what is the numerical value of my beard. How much would someone have to pay for me to cut my beard live on stream or something like that?
£75.
No. Well, I suppose it'll grow back in a month or two anyway. So, anyway, it's still morning in Texas. Well, hello Texas. So yes,
the entirety of it.
Yes. Right. Good. Welcome back. Hope you had a nice break. Sure did. I had a very nice holiday. It was lovely. I thoroughly enjoyed the time away. Thanks, Caradog, Postal. No, was it? Yeah, it was Postal.
Cy and Chris.
Oh, yes, Cy and Chris. Yes, that's right.
Them people. It's okay.
Yes.
We know who you are.
Yes.
We think.
I appreciate Postal anyway. He's a good boy.
Sometimes.
But yes, thanks to you guys for stepping in last week. For doing the little show you guys did on the Discord as well. Did you record that?
I did.
Yes, we should probably upload that at some point just in case someone wants to catch up.
I meant to do that today.
Yeah,
I meant to bring it with me and then forgot.
Yeah, I wanted to do it at the start of the week when I uploaded the YouTube short video. I was going to put up the short and that as together because that just as a double upload, but whatever. But yeah, we'll put that up at some time anyway. So if anyone wants to catch up on that, it was a pretty good talk actually about because Cy was coming in with a lot of old experience from working at PC World, Curry's PC World, and obviously Chris was also talking about his experience with doing the builds that he was working on, stuff like that. And it was a good chat. I was actually listening in because I actually was home by that time. But I just got back from holiday and was like, no, I don't want to do a podcast right now. No. But yeah, it was a good show.
Absolutely.
Sack Caradog for failing. I can't afford to do that. Let's see, 5700G launched while you were gone, and the AMD 6600 XT. Yeah, the 6600 XT, I haven't read the reviews on it, but the price and performance sounds interesting, and we might be talking about that with regards to the builds that we're doing today, because we're building some computers today, which I'll talk about in a moment, and we don't have graphics cards for them. And I'm kind of thinking I might go and pick up a couple of 6600 XTs for these computers. And we've got a 5600G, but that's going in a customer build that I'll be doing as a separate video. So we're not going to see that on the podcast today, but there will be a video coming up featuring that. It's not going to be very exciting. It's a 5600 with integrated graphics. Like, I did a tweet earlier on this week with the picture of the box just saying imagine being excited about integrated graphics. And it's like, yeah, it's just...
I mean, there's also...
It's good that these CPUs exist, but like...
Absolutely.
At the same time, I'm like, this is good, but also I don't care, you know?
Yeah. There's also been interesting Linux kernel commits for Zen 2 in an APU.
Oh, interesting.
So
good for
Van
the Linux. Yeah.
Koch, however his name is pronounced. I can't remember the actual proper Dutch pronunciation. I'm sure someone will appear and tell me it is. But yes, it's not Van Gogh.
Fair enough.
Something like Van Gogh. I must get enough. I can't be Dutch. I don't enough.
Garbage Vega graphics. Yeah, well...
the Vega graphics are better than the Intel graphics.
That's it, yeah.
It's designed ultimately to be a GPU when you need something to push around the Windows desktop.
That's just it. Like, the reason why I'm doing a 5600G build is because... actually, it's because I was trying to get rid of a CPU I had in stock and somehow ended up buying another CPU, which means I can't use the one I've got in stock. But... the customer needs a productivity machine. They don't need a graphics card, but I want to put a Ryzen in it because Ryzen is strong. So, yeah.
Absolutely.
And however, the 3400G is not strong. So,
yes.
Yeah. We've now got CPUs where you're like, I want a glass cannon build with good CPU horsepower, but I don't need a GPU, and I don't want to spend £200 to £300 of my budget on a GPU that is actually good value for money, because a GT 710 is not good value for money, because they're probably still £100.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, and like, I'm not paying £100 for a GT 710.
I wouldn't know. I've not actually looked.
Yeah.
Because I just don't care.
Yeah.
I can't bring myself to care.
Big same. So yeah. Doom 1080 low on 60 FPS. Yeah, sure. That's all right, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah. You probably get it on medium if you run it at 720p. And you know, if you're gaming on a budget, 720p, it's like if you're...
it's not invalid.
Yeah, that's just it. If you're on a budget and you're poor, you probably have a 22 or a 24-inch monitor, and good 720p will look fine.
Absolutely.
Like if you got a 27-inch monitor, it's going to start getting a bit. But if you've got a 27-inch monitor, you could probably afford a graphics card.
Yeah,
so,
and it will probably be fine, especially also the fact of obviously effectively tiding you over until second-hand GPUs start appearing in far greater quantity.
That's right. Yeah.
Or at least more free availability, should I say.
Yeah. Jazz Anso says, can you do a live repair on a laptop? No, in short, because...
absolutely not.
Yeah. There's a billion things that can go wrong with doing that, and the format doesn't work. There are people who have popularized that format, a la Lewis Rossman, because they are in a shop that is full of every possible spare part and contingency they could possibly need for the 5 different logic boards that they work on.
Yeah, absolutely.
I work on anything that comes through the door, and it is impossible for me to have anything I could possibly need on hand for that live stream. So what will happen is I will get 10 minutes into the stream and say, I need to order parts from this. This is now going on a shelf for 3 weeks while I wait for an AliExpress delivery.
Yeah, basically.
That's what will happen. So yeah, that's why I don't do live repairs. I like doing live content, but live repairs, you have to do something, you have to do really specific stuff, like replace a keyboard or replace a screen, you know, just assembly jobs where you've got the parts on hand because you've prepped for it, you know.
Yeah, or a prepped live repair, basically.
That's right.
And then it's kind of a case of, or you could just record that in a video
and if I record it in a video, it'll do better. It'll make more money anyway.
Kind of,
So yeah, because video, you can edit the video down and make it more accessible and stuff like that. So yeah, I love the idea of live repairs, but as a format, not as easy as it looks. Not by a long shot.
Yeah.
So
building computers.
Yeah.
Just
no adjustments
doing the hardware and stuff. Yeah, absolutely fine, not an issue. But But yeah, like, and certainly not software repairs because it's impossible to keep it safe, you know, data safe, to avoid leaking private info, accidentally showing a photo or something that you shouldn't have done of the customer's data. So
yeah,
it's not worth risking software repair live.
Yeah,
because even edited it. can
even
obviously go
edited. Yeah, as we saw the last time I did it. Yeah, just no matter how much you think you've covered up customer data, you'll miss something. Let's see. Noel D, how's it going? Yes, we have got the radio on the background, and we've got we're listening to Lo-Fi Girl, which is apparently stream safe. So yeah,
apparently,
but it's a lot nicer for us to have on in the background. Fills the space. So PC Bolt says, do you think the audio phone boards do it have an improvement or an effect on anything? Yes. You have to have. You need to go big or go home. Like if you've got like just two on the wall, it ain't going to do anything. However, we've got. Well, hang on a sec. I'll just quickly do a round robin with the camera.
Oh, okay. We're off. Goodbye, people.
Whoop. So we've got that one. We've got that one, and we've got that one as well. And because we've got three walls with large blocks of them on, they make a massive difference. This room is very echoey. The reason why... oh, hang on a sec. I've ruined the camera angle now. How about that? Is that where it was?
Yeah, roughly.
It's pointing a little bit down. Yeah.
It's good enough. It's just the autofocus. It's completely broken now.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's fine. I'm going with that. I'm going with that.
You could fix it until it's broken, but don't.
Yes. Where was I? Yeah. When I first moved in here, there was so much echo that the condenser microphone that we're using at the moment, the Samsung over here, this guy was basically unusable because there was too much echo, and I had to have it right up in my face, which is just not convenient when I'm trying to do a repair. And that's why I switched to using the lapel mics. I was using the Rode Wireless Go for ages. However, I like the lapel mic, but I just couldn't get the quality quite where I wanted it for various reasons. I'm going to kill the autofocus because it's annoying me.
Absolutely.
And so...
I was about to hold these up to this camera and then went, oh yeah, it's not on. I'm good at this.
Bam. There you go. Now you can hold up. So yeah, then we were using the Rode Wireless Go for quite a while. And this guy is really good, but it's not as nice as the condenser. However, now I've got the soundboards up on the wall and we've completely nullified the echo. Like, the room next door is exactly the same size as this room, but with no soundproofing. And the difference when you walk between the rooms is astonishing. It's like walking into a completely different building. The rooms are exactly the same size. One of them sounds like a concert hall. The other one sounds like a bedroom. It's a massive difference.
The implications of having your YouTube studio sound like your bedroom.
This is the bedroom studio now.
Ooh.
So yeah, to answer that, they make a massive difference. Very, very good.
Yes, you have to cover a significant area.
Yeah. All Dreams Fall Down just opened up your launch PS3 for the first time ever, and there's no thermal paste. Talk to Postal about PS3s. He can tell you a thing or two about those.
Or start crying.
Yes.
Either or. Yeah.
I hear that Postal likes the PlayStation 3.
I hear that he even sent one to you.
Yes. Approximately...
a year ago.
God, I think it was now, actually. I'm sorry, Postal. Seriously, I am going to do it. I'm really sorry. It is going to get done. Anyway. Let's see. Shadowman. Hello, Squire. Tweeted me a DM on July 1st. We could have a look. Possibly. Don't know off the top of my head. We don't always reply to all the DMs on Twitter because there's a lot of junk goes into there. We get a lot of DMs from people who are just asking tech support questions, and I'm like, I don't do tech support questions in my DMs because otherwise I will literally just spend all day just trying to solve other people's problems, which, with the best will in the world, doesn't make me any money. I'm a repair shop, not a charity. So please, bro, question. Yeah, so if you sent me a tech support question, that's why you haven't heard back. Join the Discord, ask it there. If I'm around, I'll try and answer it. Otherwise, there's like a dozen other people who can help you out there as well. So yeah. Let's see. Did I get a chance to play any games? No, the internet was crap on holiday.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah, it was actually. I was actually quite glad that the internet was crap because I actually read books and wrote books and stuff like that.
Did you actually do a chapter of the story?
The bit that I was working on was more proofing and editing. So yeah, but I was working on it is the important thing. So yes.
Again, after many years.
Yeah. Can we make reviews with a teardown for computer power supplies? I need to get proper testing equipment for that. It's something that
hella expensive.
Yeah.
To actually do it to any degree where it's worth doing it.
Yeah.
It's so much money. And you'd need to be doing such a volume of reviews on them.
Yeah.
And you'd need to be getting power supplies for free and stuff.
I'd love to, but yeah, it's a case of I need to get lab equipment. And if I'm not doing it with lab equipment, then you may as well read the one by Anantech or Tom's Hardware or whoever it is that's got the lab equipment.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's just no point, unfortunately. Any danger of seeing a PC get built? Very much so. We should probably
eventually.
We're going to start. Let's start building because we are 20 minutes in. So
we're going to start with stripping this one.
Yeah. So let's switch cams a sec.
We have an assortment of parts,
yes,
and cases and bits. And
indeed.
There are also more cases over there because they went on sale on Amazon.
Yeah, so basically what happened was the week before I went on holiday, Amazon were fire sailing cases. No idea why. However, a lot of decent cases like Corsair and Fractal cases were like half the price they should have been. Like cases that would normally be like £70 or so were sitting down at £40 to £45, that kind of money. And I'm like, I don't need any of these, but at that price, I would be dumb not to buy some.
Yeah.
So I bought a couple of 3 cases. And basically what we're doing is we've basically just been rummaging around the shop today, looking for any parts that I've got lying around. I've got a couple of power supplies, some motherboards, some CPUs, and stuff like that. And we're just going to try and build this stuff up into computers that I can put out on display on sale. We don't have everything we need. They're going to need graphics cards. But we're going to try and get as far as we can with them.
Yeah, it might be a case of some of them we go, we need another fan, or we need a different RAM kit.
That's
a couple
right.
of bits like that. But it's getting them so they're most of the way there, writing a list of what's needed, and then possibly actually...
Yeah, maybe jumping on Amazon and then, like, again, I don't have...
Did you mute that microphone just because I can't see it bouncing on there?
Oh, it's down the bottom of the list.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. I suddenly thought when you switched the camera on, we lost the microphone.
I got caught out by that one earlier on today when I was recording for a video, and I suddenly looked over at the preview and did not see a bouncing microphone audio level. I was like, the bloody microphone is muted, but it wasn't. It was... Anyway.
Good. So yes. So I think we're going to start with that. So I'm going to put some of this stuff over here.
Yeah. Oh, hang on a sec. Concept Soup says that case thing. Someone told Amazon that the Corsair stuff was unethically sourced, so they suspended sales for a while. Then they had to Then they had shed loads of stock to shift, so it was dirt cheap. Have you got a source on that?
I'd be very interested in seeing a source on that.
That's right. Not that I don't believe you. No. However, I would love to see a source on that because if that's true, that's a hell of a story.
Because it's also weird that Amazon would care to a degree, because surely that's not actually Amazon's problem whether the materials for the case are ethically sourced. That's the manufacturers of the case's problem.
Well, don't forget, ethically sourced might not necessarily mean it doesn't necessarily mean that we're not talking conflict diamonds here. That might mean that at some point the shipment was stolen or sold out the back of the factory, or there was an unauthorized person somewhere in the supply chain. So that might have been what was going on there,
And anyway, it's 2020 and 2021. It's not conflict diamonds we need to worry about. It's conflict GPUs.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, major UK system integrator. Shouldn't say exactly which. Fair enough.
Interesting.
Interesting if true.
DMs are always open.
Yeah, DMs are open. I'd love to know more. Right, anyway, so to start off with, this is my Aerocool Eclipse. So this is an old review case, and I've had this one built up just as a display case. However, I'm bored of this one. I want to put it away again and put something else up on the bench with it. Actually, this is probably going to go in the front window. I'm probably going to rig up a power supply to the LED fans just so I can have it in the window with the LEDs on, but no actual computer in it. Yeah.
Or just stick the ridiculous lighting strips in it that you
yeah,
had in
basically.
the old shop.
Yeah. Yeah.
4,000 watts of LEDs.
I'm just going to make it light up, but with nothing in it. And all of this, so there's an X470 motherboard in there, some RAM and an SSD. The CPU, I think that's got my 3600 in it. There's a Ryzen 3600 in there. So we're going to lift all of that out and put it in another case.
And a blazing fast 5450 HD.
Yeah, graphics cards. Graphics cards today are all HD 5450s because I've got like 5 of these kicking around. So these aren't staying in there, but it basically means we have a graphics card so we can turn the computers on. And now the prices on graphics card prices and stock are easing, I will actually buy some graphics cards for these things. Likewise, we don't have much RAM lying around, so we might put like I think that's a 16 gig kit in that one, but I might take an 8 gig module out of that and put it in another one, and then we'll buy some more kits for later fitting or something like that. So we're going to try and get these computers turning on, but there might be bits that we're going to swap out at a later date. So yeah, we're basically just going to sit and talk. We're going to talk tech. Title drop.
Hey.
So yeah. Also, I saw Kimbo in the chat. Hello, Kimbo. Bezos is too busy swimming in our money to care about ethically sourced. Hi, Kimbo.
Wow.
Eat the rich.
Consume them. I hear they are like duck.
Consume them. I hear they like consumerism. That's a joke, right? Did that land? Was that okay? Did anyone find that funny?
Sure.
Right, do you want to take this one apart while I...
Sure.
Yeah.
Whilst you waffle.
What happened to you? There's just a stain on the back of this.
There's just white paint on it.
Yeah.
Can I have a screwdriver?
Maybe. Oh yeah, in other news, I killed the YZH.
YZs.
Yeah. It sounds a bit unhealthy, and if I hold the end of it, it makes some very nasty clicky noises. So it's just, I finally killed it. I was brutalizing a screw with it earlier on today when it happened, and I broke the gearbox finally. So
absolutely viciously assaulting.
Yeah. So the results are in on the YZH electric screwdriver that I reviewed last year. It has done really well. I brutalized it its entire life, and it has now finally died. If you don't do stupid stuff with them, they're very good. However, if you brutalize them that I did, eventually you will break them. However, they're $30. Who cares? Buy another one. So
buy more things.
Yeah.
Consumerism.
Wait,
hold on.
We could fix it for the lols. No, it needs metal parts and stuff like that. No, is the answer to that. If it was the secure, I'd probably try and source a new gearbox for it, because this one you can actually take it apart and put a new gearbox in and stuff like that. But obviously this one's fine because it's brand new. So the screwdriver sounds like an Xbox One trying to take in a disc.
Can I have a screwdriver?
Oh yeah, you did actually ask me that question. Let me find my fillet. Let me find the P1.
I thought you were going to say, let me find the screwdrivers that you bought.
Maybe. But they're all in the... Oh, well, they're all in the...
They're in the thing.
They're in that place where I put that thing that time. They're Jesus, wet. They're all in the decorating gear. Here is an screwdriver. I'm sorry. I'll try and find you something better while we talk. I'll go and find the nice one that you bought for me.
Quite so. Yes, use a lot of force. Jam it in. Oh, come on. Yes. Blistering Facebook performance from a 50. What are we? 5450. You have too many boxes. They require sorting.
What was that, sorry?
I said you have too many boxes. They require sorting.
Yes. Next question. Right, let's see. Where are we up to?
Which case is this going into?
Right. I think we should put all of this into the 220T.
You bought another one.
Yeah, there's a 220T. Yeah, I'll go and get the cases I've got.
That would probably be a good start.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I've got a fractal Meshify C, but that's earmarked for a customer build.
That's not a Meshify C.
It is not. I can see that you've seen a Meshify C before.
I can see that you learnt to read as a child.
I can see that you know a thing or two about cases, and you can tell by some of the pixels.
Wait, pixels?
Yeah.
I thought this was real life.
It's an older meme, sir, but it checks out. Yes, that's a shop. I can tell by some of the pixels and from seeing quite a few shops in my time.
Yes. Oh no, I feel like that would also apply to just taking a photograph of a retail establishment.
Yeah.
That's a shop.
So the two new cases we've got to work with today. Yeah. Well, don't let it fall out then, you numpty. This is why I don't like multi-bit screwdrivers. They all do this eventually. They all do that eventually. Anyway. We've got two Corsair cases. We've got a 220T RGB, so that's this boy here. So that's got the RGB fans pre-fitted, and I've got a 275R Airflow, which is its big brother that doesn't have RGB. However, I've also got some RGB fans to put in that. I'd like to get them both built up today, so we're going to lob all of this in the 220T in the small one, and then we've got a X570 motherboard and some Ryzen 5000 CPUs, so a 5600X or a 5800X, and we'll put all of that in the 275R Airflow along with some nice shiny RGB fans. So yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, 35 quid for a CX650M. That's all right. Yeah.
No, you don't need to buy one.
Well, I do actually, because I'm out of power supplies. We've got one boxed power supply. But we're going to rob. This one's got an Aerocool power supply in it. It's the Aerocool.
Oh, you don't want to leave the PSU in here?
No, I'm going to take it out just so we can use it in one of these builds, because otherwise we're not going to have enough power supplies. I did want to leave it in there, the Aerocool power supply in the Aerocool case. However, yeah, we're not going to have any power supplies if we don't remove it. So yeah, and then I'm going to put the. I'm probably going to put the Be Quiet System Power 9 in the 275.
There's also a Corsair CX somewhere over.
Yes.
Which is obviously usable.
This is true. Yeah, we'll come back to that one. Yeah.
I'll come back to you on that.
It's not the Cylon power supply. It's
The Cylon?
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called.
A red band.
It's their newer one that's actually bronze rated. I can't remember what it's called now. But yeah, it's bronze rated, so it's not horrendous. Yeah, no, it's not the integrator. I don't trust the integrator power supplies. No, I'd only use that on like an office box that's probably pulling 100 watts. Right, you're working on that. We've got that lot. Good. Yeah, I'm going to sit and read chat while you do this all the work, I guess. What is it? Oh, it's literally just called the Aero Bronze. Let's see, rolling back. Yeah. He's a Q-Tech from the early 2000s. Q-Tech, now there's a name I've not heard in a long time. I can't picture any of it in my head, but Q-Tech rings bells. I recall. I remember.
Don't quote the old magic.
I'm going to help you because you look like you're struggling here.
I'm just trying to make sure I'm not pulling too much stuff. Where does that even go?
Good question. Well presented.
What?
Is there something tied back here?
Oh, it's caught on the hard drives? Wait, what? What even is going on?
There we go.
Okay, it wasn't explicitly caught.
Yeah. Right, let's unplug that.
Goodbye.
Whoop. All right.
Aero bronze. Woohoo!
Aero bronze. Yeah. And that case is free. I'll put that to one side and I'll do something interesting with it during the week. I do like this Aero cool case. It's a cool case.
I was going to put the case back together.
It's going down there.
I will put the case back together over here whilst you start doing stuff with that one.
Fine, okay. I guess I'll do everything. Right.
By everything, you mean something.
Yes. Speaking of something, I'm going to need another drink in a minute.
Well, guess what?
Yes. Yeah, this it's not bad, this one. You know, it's 12-volt power rail with 650 watts on the 12-volt rail. So, yeah, it's not bad. There was a whole bunch of these power supplies, these cheap bronze-rated power supplies that came out from various brands at the same time. I think our factory went online making low-cost bronze-rated power supplies. What the hecky? Have you brought this for the show today?
I have brought them today.
Yes.
I have not bought them.
But, yes.
Well, that's what you get, Graham.
That was the sound of a tempered glass side panel hitting the floor. It's not broken, though, because tempered glass is mind-blowingly strong. Well, yes. Very nice. Hopefully we'll break one of those open in a minute. I'm down for that. I don't want to make assumptions, because Caradog has just put them on the counter and it's just like, here is some cider. I'm like, is this for us? Are we drinking this?
For me?
Is it for you? Is it like, are you like, I've bought some cider for myself? And I'm like, I don't want to assume that he's going to share it. He doesn't have to.
That would be amazingly awkward. To just be like, oh yes, here's some drinks. For me.
Yes. But at the same time, I don't want to just assume that you've come to share your alcoholic beverage with me. Until you catch it on an edge. Yep, absolutely true. Right, I need to unbox one of these
no,
things.
That's very much not a Ryzen 5000.
No.
I was just like, oh, you have a spare 5000 over here. No, it's an Athlon 200 GE.
Yes, Caradog's just found my flashing chip that has a Ryzen 5009 badge on it, and it's just like, no, it is the opposite of that. Let's see. 220T. I'm going to switch to the wide angle for this. Alright, let's unbox this case. This is an unboxing stream now.
Hello and welcome to Short Circuit.
Now for a message from our sponsor.
From our sponsor, Cider!
Man, I wish... that's a good idea for sponsors. I'd take it out. Are you allowed to advertise alcohol?
Yes. Probably not on YouTube, but yes.
Yeah.
Advertising alcohol is legal in this country.
Yeah. I'd take a sponsorship from a cider company. That'd be cool.
However, you must drink responsibly.
Yes, drink responsibly for kids.
No, kids should not be drinking. Good lord, you're terrible at this.
So this is the 220T in white. I've got a black one of these. This one's in white with grey accents, and...
I quite like that. It's alright, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. I prefer the black one, but it's interesting. It's a bit different. I'll give you that... Oops. Thank you. I'll get it out of its packaging and give you guys a better camera shot of it.
It doesn't have yellow USB ports. Like the 4000.
No. It's an older series.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's only the brand new ones that have got the new ones. I'm trying not to rustle directly into the microphone here.
It's okay.
Oh no.
You just Chris right into the microphone.
Tony McPan says, kids should not be drinking. Who will look after their kids?
Wait! It's okay. We're not in Scotland.
That's a White Lightning or a Strongbow advert right there, that is. Right. That can go in the box. Right. Let's put that like that, and put that like that. And
Farming! Hoya!
right, 1220T. So I did actually do a review on this case. I nearly have one at home. This is a oh, good. I thought that was damaged then. Yeah, so this is a really cool compact case, and what I love about this, so these were going on Amazon for like, I think they went down as low as £43. That's what, $55, $60?
Something like that.
Yeah, so about 50 or 60 US dollars. Compact Corsair ATX case, tempered glass side panel, comes with 3 digital addressable RGB fans and an Corsair IQ RGB controller. So these things went crazy cheap. Like, these were cheaper than the Chinese RGB cases, and they're vastly better. Yeah,
and also they're cheaper than the fans and the controller.
Yeah, and Chris S bought a whole load of them as well. I wanted to buy more of them, but I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do with them. Whereas
well, you're going to build computers in them.
Yeah, I guess.
With the parts that you buy.
Yes, I guess.
From somewhere.
Yeah. So let's take the side panels off of this so we can start building. I haven't built in white though, with the perfectly clear side panel. It's got a bit of a 2000s aesthetic to it.
That was put on.
Do you want the big boy? Yeah.
Toitly.
Yeah.
Like a toiger.
I feel like this has got like a 2000s aesthetic to it, where they had like see-through plastic on stuff.
So what you're saying is we need to apply a vinyl of double denim.
Yeah. Well, it's just like most tempered glass stuff. Obviously, you have the black masking around the outside to cover up the screw holes and stuff, but there's no masking on this. It's a perfectly, it's just unmasked piece of tempered glass. I don't know how I feel about that. In a way, it's kind of cool, but it looks a bit raw.
There we go.
But yeah,
thank you.
That's kind of interesting. Cheap as chips, indeed. This sounds like an ad. I wish.
Have you considered building in a Corsair 220T?
Yeah.
You'll be blown away by its sublime curves.
Well, I don't know. Have they still got any of these? If so, I need to get a heckin' affiliate link into the description of this video quickish. Although I think I sold a couple of them because I tweeted out about this case with an affiliate link, and there were definitely
up on there, I think.
Yeah, there were definitely a couple from that. So yeah, are they SP120 fans? Yes, they are. They are SP120 RGB. They're not labelled as such, but they're literally identical to them.
Yes, the CO9050093MWW. Yes.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, so that's what it says is in there, but they are... They are basically identical to the SP120 RGB Pros. Here's a box of them that I'm going to put in the other case that we've got. So yeah.
Oh, you actually spent money on them?
I picked up this box of I picked up these for 20 quid on sale ages ago. Box of 3, 20 quid.
Oh, okay.
Again, I was
At
like,
that price, I can tolerate RGB.
Yeah, exactly. Like 20 quid, and they've got the IQ controller in there as well. You know, I'm like, for 20 quid, I ripped their arm off for that. So yeah, I approximately decapitated Amazon or something. Arnold G says, "Are you ever going to try and make a Hackintosh?" I don't care about Hackintoshes. Basically, I mean, that much being said, I suppose I should care about them more these days because macOS. There's valid reasons to want to use macOS.
Are there?
For iOS development and stuff like that. However, there's no Apple computers that I would want to buy. So maybe at some point, I'm not going to put it in my diary, but at some point I want to do it just so I've done it and I actually know the procedure for making a Hackintosh.
Long and complicated.
Yeah. This is how I do my panning shots, by the way. I start the camera there and we just go like that. That's how I get those panning shots at the end of the video. It's really hard to do it smoothly though. But yeah, you can just go wah.
I mean, I guess what you could do is just do it reasonably quickly and then slow
it down. Yeah, you can. I can do that more with this camera because 60 FPS. But yeah, it's yeah. Let's see. Was that a Rolling Stones track, Bamboo? Yeah. Apparently Graham is the master of buying great electronics for cheap. I wouldn't say I'm a master, but now and then I keep my eyes out for stuff. And if I see something and I'm like, that's dirt cheap, I just buy one. And I'm like, I don't know where I'm going to use it, but I'll use it somewhere. But the thing is if I start building up computers and having them out on show, then I can start just buying and building computers and just selling them as I go. Because at the moment I build to order. And it doesn't work so well because people come in and they see some of the other display computers and they're like, oh, are these on sale? And I'm like, no, but I can build you one. But they kind of like, whereas if you had one in the shop with a price tag on it, there's actually half a chance that they're going to say, yeah, I'd like to buy that. I really like that. Can I buy that? And I can be like, yes, you can. You know.
I feel like the answer to that is whether that one is for sale or not is to kind of go, yes, it will be ready for you tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then Amazon stuff and pray.
Well, yeah, I guess. Yeah. Again, the problem is, though, most of the ones that I've got that I don't want to sell, the reason why I'm not selling them is that they're in cases that I don't want to sell, or they've got components in that are not fit for sale and stuff like that.
My only comment is I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Yeah, it's a bit jank, but it doesn't really matter. Yeah.
Just a case of
blob
it and it'll be fine.
That's the RGB controller, so yeah. Are people actually seeing your messages? Yes, we are. We do see you there, RWL. I may have missed what your previous one was, though. So yes, basically every time I look at the chat, I scan down the page. If it's still on the chat in front of me, I'll try and reply to it. If it's scrolled off the top, it's gone, I'm afraid, and I missed it. So yeah. Meshify C was the best case you've ever built in. Yeah, I've got mixed opinions about the Meshify C, and I'm going to put them into a video because I've got one that I'm going to build in. Not today, but probably...
I've got opinions and I'm going to tell you them.
Thankfully, I have a YouTube channel and an audience, and that means my opinion is worth more. So... oh, man. Oh, that's... don't clip that.
That's clippable. That's clippable.
Don't clip that. Anyway... I'm going to make a video about my opinion. I like the Meshify C. I can see why people like them, but at the same time, I'm also looking at it and saying, the only reason why I bought it is because it was half price, and I won't buy it again unless it's half price. Which is not to say it's a bad case, but case in point, the Meshify C and the 220T are typically about the same price at any given time. They're both the same kind of build quality, but the 220T comes with 3 addressable RGB fans and an RGB hub that are fully compatible with Corsair iCUE. And the Meshify C comes with 2 token gesture black fans that are 3-pinners. So it's like, which are you going to buy? Now, if you don't like RGB, then, well, sure, fine, buy the Fractal. However, if you're building for Joe Public, who like lights and things like that, you're going to buy the 220T. Because why wouldn't you? And that just immediately kills the Meshify C dead to me. Because the 220T exists. So, yeah. That's the problem. Ace is putting Rainbow Puke on routers. Oh, yeah, no.
That's been a thing for years.
Yeah, gamer routers are dumb, though.
I have a gamer router. How dare you?
I dare. And, yeah.
You have one of my gamer routers somewhere.
Yes. As a special treat, I might actually set it up at some point. The problem is I've misplaced the modem. I don't know how. It's just disappeared, and I don't know where it is.
You'd have got a new one anyway, and you need to use your new one anyway.
No, I got another home hub.
Oh, have they finally integrated the two? Oh, then you can't use it anyway.
Yeah. Or, well, at the very least, it came with a home hub because I'm not on a business connection.
Yeah.
Because business connections cost more and you don't get anything more for them. So why would I pay for a business connection when
why would I pay money for services?
Yeah, well, why would I pay why would I pay more for less? Consumer services are better than business services. But whatever. You feel like you're losing brain cells watching this. Yeah, I know. That's the state of this show, I'm afraid. Is that a Gigabyte Psu? It's an Aerocool Aero Bronze. So it is bronze rated, so it's not bad. 220T, can't take 240mm at the top. Yeah, it depends. It can be done. And I can tell you it can be done because I've got my one on the other side of the room with a top mount 240mm radiator. You have to have certain RAM and certain motherboard, basically. Some motherboards and some RAM will clear with a top mount 240mm radiator. Just not all. And certainly not with like RGB RAM and stuff like that. So it depends is the answer to that. It can be done though.
I just find it funny that it can't take the Corsair Pro RGB RAM.
Yeah, it's a bit of an oversight, especially considering if they'd made this case literally just 5mm taller, just 5mm taller, there would be no clearance issues at all. And it's, again, I seem to say in every one of my case review videos, it felt like no one tested this, basically. Like, when they designed this and they had a prototype, surely someone at Corsair would have put it on a bench and done a meta Corsair build. Like, just built a computer up with as many Corsair components as they could, and they would have been like, oh, the Corsair water cooler does not clear Corsair RAM in this. We need to make it 5mm taller. But yeah, that apparently they didn't do. So yeah, you could also front mount the radiator, of course, but that comes with its own set of problems and quirfles. Quirfles. Yes. Quirfles.
Oh, imagine having a motherboard that needs an IO shield.
Yeah. Yeah. Right, I'm struggling to focus. I'm going to get another coffee on the go while you're assembling here. You're right there.
That is not very strong. Do not accidentally break your case.
Yeah, that's standard issue for a back panel of a case, though. There are very few cases that won't flex when you press on the back panel. So yeah.
Is that normally bent?
Yes, there's a slight ramp there.
Okay.
Yep, there's a slight ramp there just to give it a bit more space behind. Do you want to go flat on the bench for this, or are you building vertically?
I want to see which hole I want for the power supply cables.
Okay, yeah. Right, I'll let you do that then. I'm gonna turn on the coffee machine.
So I am shuffling bits.
All cases seem to have never been tested for AIO clearances, especially in Corsair. Had the same problem. Yeah, it just seems bonkers to me. Like, I'm sure the people who design and build cases get paid an awful lot more money than I do. Yet I feel like I'm asking questions that other people are not asking. You know, it's just like, you know, it's what was the last review I did? I did a case review not long ago where it was with the Fantex P200, where the CPU power cable did not fit through the hole for the CPU power cable without splitting it, and I'm just like, who put this together and was just like, the hole is not big enough. Just I don't know. Like, none of this is a deal breaker. All of these problems can be overcome. But when you're designing something, it can be whatever you like. So why not make something to fit? You know, I don't know. Yeah. That's right. And that's the thing is just they only need to make things just fractionally bigger to eradicate the issue as well. Hello, Noah Saturni. It's very hot today. Yeah.
What are you? You are audio. Where is audio?
Engineer sitting in an office. Yeah.
Oh, that is audio. Okay.
Let's see. The hoses didn't clear the top fans when you front mounted the rad. I did not have that issue. Although, actually, I don't think I have front mounted the rad with top fans. I've done. Yeah. I don't think I've front mounted the rad and put in top fans. They should be able to clear. Hang on a minute. I'm going to do a test on this. Let's go in for a flying shot. Hang on a sec, let's switch camera angles. Wah! Whoop! And we go one there and one there. So those are going to sit there, and that's right at the back of the travel. That should clear. Yeah, that should be possible. Oh, that needs to go there, mind you. No. Oh, yeah, it's tough. Yeah, I can see that I think it's going to depend on exactly what cooler you're using and stuff like that. I can see why you might have had problems there. I'd have to actually mount it all up to really be certain. But yeah, I see where you're coming from.
Oh, there is a top hole.
Let's come back to the wide angle again.
Cyber 220T. You can't get the power connector through there either.
Really? Same issue? Yeah, look at that. Again, it's just like this hole up here is specifically for putting the CPU power cable through.
CPU power cable hole.
And the CPU power cable does not fit without splitting the connector.
The power hole for the CPU power cable, specifically designed.
Yeah. Again, it's just like, none of this is a deal breaker, but this is something that you can fix when you're designing the case because you can make things whatever size you want. Yeah. And it's just, I don't know. It just seems. I feel like I'm an old man yelling at the clouds with these complaints, but it seems like a problem that shouldn't exist. Is all I'm saying. But yeah, it'll come together. What parts are we building with? This particular computer we're building, I've got an MSI X470 Gaming Plus Max with a Ryzen 3600 in it, and we've got a 16 gig kit. This is a 3600 kit. Why isn't this in the Lianli?
Oh, look, it's the 3600 kit you bought.
Oh, yes, this is that 3600 kit that I bought that was supposed to be 4000. Yeah. Long story, I'm not going to go into it. Anyway, we're probably going to swap out that RAM and put that in the better one. Because that's actually a decent 16 gig kit. Because the second build that we do today will be a 5600X or a 5800X. And I'll pair that 3600 RAM with that. Because that's actually decent RAM. So yeah, it's C18, so it's not mind-blowing, but yeah. But you know,
unacceptable.
Well, you could probably drop it to C17.
Well, no, because AMD.
Yeah.
You can't have even cast latencies.
Oh, okay, yeah. Do you reckon it dropped to C16?
18, 22, 22, 42.
Yeah.
What the hell is this?
Yeah, it's not a great kit, but it's 3600. You could just run it at 3600 and you'll get modest speed. So.
Speed.
Let's see a drunken PC build Caradog. Well, no, seriously,
I have insufficient alcohol for that.
Yeah.
I don't have a bottle opener.
Okay, I will retrieve such implements.
Excellent.
There's a danger that the implement might be a pair of pliers.
Danger, Will Robinson.
Yes, we're opening them with pliers. It's fine, I've done it before. Right, what have we got? I don't want to pronounce these because I will get it wrong and someone will laugh at me. Is that Dabinet?
It's apple cider from Sheppey Cider Farm.
Okay.
It's unnecessarily fancily named.
Yes. Traditional. This has no description on it.
Oh yes, it's traditional cider, also known as made with apples.
Yeah. Like I'm assuming that there's a dry, a medium dry, and a sweet. And oak matured. Oh wow, that one's a 7.4.
This is a 7.2.
Bloody hell.
It's proper cider.
Yeah, they don't mess around.
Well, that one says it's medium cider.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. This one's a medium dry, so that one's probably a sweet. So yeah, have you got any preferences?
Not particularly.
Okay. That was the medium dry. Sorry, I'll have this one. I'm riding my bicycle.
I want to ride my bicycle.
Okay, right. It's time for bottle opening. I'm going to adjust the camera to view this just in case something really, 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 really funny happens.
Oh God.
Everyone cringe. It's fine. There we go. Haha!
Who came up with the clearances in this case?
That's good. The clearances are tight. It's a small case, this guy. It is a small case. Let me find an angle. Hang on a sec. I need to get the camera in there so people can actually see the computer we're building as a special treat. For anyone who's new here today, if you expected a professional stream, you're in the wrong place. This is how it always is.
Do you know which screws it is for the motherboard?
For the motherboard? No, it's probably Imperial. Corsair normally use Imperial on the board. Let me check it. Yeah, it's Imperial.
Look at all this single-use plastic. Why do I need a separate baggie?
Yeah, it's terrible, isn't it? It's terrible.
It's useful, but I don't have the fingernail for it.
Yeah. I mean, I know why they do it, but it's terrible that they do it.
So your screws don't get scratched in shipping?
Well, it's because the reason why we're talking about stuff like this. Look at this. It's a standoff in a bag. This is completely unnecessary waste of plastic here. But the thing is that when they're assembling this product, they get a box, they put the case in there, and they have to add in any accessories that the case needs. This particular one requires one standoff, one bag of Imperial, one bag of metric. Then another case might require 2 standoffs, so they put in 2 of these, and so on. So that's why that they're assembling the kit. But it means that you end up with a dozen of these plastic bags, and it's just...
Damn it.
Yeah, good job. And it's just such a waste of plastic. I think they all went down the back largely as well. Right, which one are you having?
I'll have that one.
Okay. What GPU is going in this build? I don't think you want to know the answer to that. A HD 5850, I think.
No, 5450.
5450. A HD 5450. However, in all probability, because the launch looks good, the price looks good, and the supply looks good, I'm probably going to buy some 6600 XTs for these computers. I think it's worth doing that because then I'll end up with some actually quite nice gaming computers on sale. So yeah, you use Caradog's teeth to open the bottle. Oh no.
Who said that?
Wayne Herbie. I got some better pliers.
How dare?
I did have some better pliers for opening bottles.
I did have equipment in this shop.
Yeah, a load of it got moved about. Okay, here we go. It's working. It's working!
It's
working! It's also making a heckin' mess.
Oh, I think I found another... I think I have a screw stuck in my shoe. I have a screw embedded in my shoe.
Laurel and Hardy stream, I swear.
That wasn't me.
There we go.
That one was you.
Oh. That is possibly the screw that's missing from the secure screwdriver that I dropped 2 weeks ago on stream.
It's fine. It just embedded it in the sole of my shoe.
Excellent. I'm just going to grab a bit of kitchen towel to wipe that bottle down.
I'm just stealing one of your many magnets.
Right. Let's see. Gaming beast, indeed.
I mean, the 5450 doesn't even have drivers for Windows 10 by default.
No, it does work, but yeah. Cloudy Cider. I'm not big on Cloudy Cider. I don't mind... Would you call Thatcher's Haze a Cloudy Cider? It's not really. Yeah, no. I don't mind... I'm not really into Cloudy Cider because Cloudy Cider tends to be very dry, and I'm not a fan of dry cider. I think the only exception to the rule there is what's the
Old Rosie?
Old Rosie. I like Old Rosie, which is a cloudy cider. However, Old Rosie is probably one of the driest ciders that I will tolerate, but I like it because it's a madman cider that gets me drunk very quickly. So, 6600 XTs are pretty trash. Well, it's a modern 1080p gaming graphics card. That's just it. It's going to be better than the current, It's
also worth noting that we seem to be getting really quite good pricing on the 6600 XT in the UK compared to the USA or Australia. Certainly.
In the UK, what did you reckon the pricing was at? Like 300?
I've seen some of them for like 320, 330. And at that price, it's good value.
Yeah.
At like 460, no, it very much isn't.
Yeah. Yes. If it's at the price it's supposed to be, then it's good.
Well, 320 is slightly below MSRP. So I was intrigued as to why a new GPU was launching in 2021 slightly below MSRP.
Yeah. 380, you're seeing a high price there, I think, Dave Bell.
Wow.
You got to
ranging.
You got to keep your eyes open, basically. So yeah. I saw Thatcher's has cloudy lemon cider. Probably wouldn't be. I'd probably find that a bit too tart. So yeah, Thatcher's is not my first choice in cider, but Thatcher's is a decent brand that is available everywhere, which is why I drink it.
I made the terrible mistake of buying, just generic Thatcher's can. I bought that and went, oh.
It's all right.
It actually upsets me.
Oh, really?
I can't drink it.
Oh, really?
Something about it just upsets me.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that was a mistake. I bought 12 of these.
Well, give them to me if you want to get rid of them, because I'll drink it. However, Thatcher's from a can is only one step above a Strongbow, and Strongbow in a can is just like you may as well just not be drinking cider at that point. So yeah. Kevin Lewis is a fan. Strongbow is on it now. Yeah.
I mean, drinking Strongbow is almost the same as drinking Stella Artois and thinking you're fancy because it's French.
Yeah, basically that. Strongbow, I think a lot of people outside the UK go sort of, oh, I've tried Strongbow and it's quite nice. If you like Strongbow, then you haven't had.
Divisive statements.
I was going to say,
be prepared to click.
I'm trying to figure out how to say this without sounding like such a ponce, but there's no other way of saying it. If you like,
well, you see, at my local,
if you like Strongbow, you haven't drunk proper cider. There, I said it. There, I said it. Make of that what you will.
Oh, yeah.
Stella Artois is Belgian. Take that.
Guess what? Belgium's basically part of France.
Ooh. So
just
we're building a Corsair 220T at the moment. We've got an X470 motherboard.
I mean, it's that foreign Europe stuff. It's a good job we're not in Europe.
Oh.
Right?
Oh.
I am entirely joking, and it's horrifying.
Yes, this is satire. We are joking. I need to make that abundantly clear right now.
Please do not cancel me.
We are absolutely joking. Anyway, how are we doing? I see you've got the motherboard fitted.
Absolutely.
Have you put in all the motherboard screws? Oh, well done.
Well, of course I have. It's not my computer.
Fair enough. Caradog is notorious for putting in just like 2 motherboard screws and be like, she'll be right. I think it's not going to fall out, right?
I think I even actually put 2 in my last one.
I've definitely seen computers built by you with 1 in.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It don't need more than that.
These ciders bring up park bench at 8 a.m. vibes. Oh no, something's gone wrong there.
Wait, sorry, these ones do. But they can't. They're expertly blended for Marks and Spencers. They are the epitome of middle class. The middle class don't go to park benches.
And they taste good. It's a good cider.
We barbecue on our gardens.
This does not taste like a 7.4% cider.
tastes kind of like Brothers. Sorry, Weston's. Weston's doesn't taste like a 7.4.
Weston's Vintage does. I can tell when I'm drinking Weston's Vintage.
Yes, because you're on the floor in half a pint.
You're not wrong, but also how dare you, you know?
I require your small hands. Please may you reconnect the connector.
Sure thing.
I like the mini digits. I don't mean pinkies. I have all of them.
I am a human with human hands, thank you very much.
I have skin.
Yeah. Please fill out this capture.
I have skin. Is it your skin? It was grown by a human.
There we go, that's in.
I completely lost like an hour of my day on Friday because someone linked me to the Reddit. What was it? Are not robots? Or something. Oh no. It was just all of the things. It was just like, yes, humorous.
Here's our USB 3 header. I'll just bring you close a sec. Here's our USB 3 header, and it needs to go there. That's not a turn that's going to happen. We need to, so we can either go up to here. So I could go up into there, or I'm just going to reroute the whole cable. And what I'll do is I'll bring the cable out there instead, so it can loop around.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's not a fight we're going to win. Carry on. You were on r/not robots.
Yes, and I lost a vast quantity of time.
Okay, feeding out. Hold up. Gentle, gentle.
Easy now.
Easy. There we go. I'll let you guys see what's going on again in a sec. We're going to go over, and I'm going to go over. There we go. Right, laying down again.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll be fine. We'll just, whoops, lay on all of those. Whoop. We in shot? We're on shot. Here in the Midlands, the most potent ale is called Wobbly Bob at 7.8%. That's massive for an ale. Wobbly Bob, I love it. You have one of the best channels. Thank you very much. I love the realness of my videos. Well, thank you. That's kind of what I go for, to be honest. I can't be the best, but I can be real. That cable is not giving me enough clearance. Hang on a sec, we're going up again. Can we get more on that? Ooh, kind of, but we'd have to redirect. Hang on a sec, I'm going to do this vertically. Right, can I... Oh, there we go, that's working now. There we go, that's going to go straight into there.
And then it became a duck.
I like making that noise.
Oh,
right.
That's a better way.
Right, that's just going to live there until it gets a graphics card. What are you...
I said, that's a better way of running that.
Okay.
Just to run it across the top.
Yeah, alright. Are you going to adjust? I'll let you adjust. I'm going to stand back here and drink. Caradog seems like a White Lightning Cider kind of guy. I never had White Lightning. Have you ever tried White Lightning?
How very dare you!
That was Brightech. You got to take that up with. Yeah.
Who the hell designed the USB 3.0 cable, and why is it awful?
Caradog is immediately deflecting this accusation and is going back to rerouting the USB 3.0
Also, no, I've
cable.
literally never drunk it.
Fair enough.
I'm insufficiently poor.
I too have never tried White Lightning. I almost feel like no, that's a lie. I was about to say I feel like I should buy some at some point just so I can try it and understand White Lightning. But on the flip side, I'm just like,
what kind of enlightenment are you attempting to reach?
Yeah, that's
the enlightenment of Hoop earrings.
Yeah.
And mismatched Adidas trainers.
Oh no. It's funny because it's true. Oh no.
There you go. What are you?
What are you doing at the moment? Are you rerouting cables?
Yeah, I'm working out what I'm going to run across the top. And what.
Okay, I'm going to swing the camera around to the back so people can see what you're doing. I'm going to do that. Oh, what are you going for? Yep. Okay. If you can you work that way around? Yep.
There you go.
Let's get the camera out here so people can watch you cable tidy.
What are you?
Yep.
Your front panel. Where's the front panel?
I'm going to go ahead and remove that. That doesn't need to be there. The reason why this bit of masking tape is here, by the way, people, is this motherboard often gets its CPU cooler removed and swapped out for other bits. And I just have a bit of masking tape across the back, so when I remove the CPU cooler, the backplate doesn't fall off the back of the motherboard. So, yeah.
So...
However, I will actually extract that because this is going to live here.
What's the front panel connector there? Who came up with this? Who did this? Why did you do this?
We've been making a lot of drink enemies today on this stream. Should we start a Vimto versus Ribena war?
That's easy.
Yeah.
People are overly passionate about both. So
okay, yeah.
Easy.
Right. I thought you were about to turn around and go, the answer is X.
On that one, I don't care, so I just go buy whichever one makes you happy.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
But Vimto has an advantage because it is a carbonated drink.
Not necessarily. You can buy it as just as a mix, the same as Ribena.
But it comes as a carbonated drink.
I wouldn't want Vimto carbonated. That sounds terrible.
Oh, I like it.
You're terrible.
Probably.
Yeah. Fair enough. Also, I hadn't seen you pick up that Monster. That's terrible as well. Monster and Cider at the same time.
Yes.
Okay.
It's called pacing.
Pacing your cider intake with a Monster. Woo!
Well, one is a sedative, and one's a stimulant.
Should we talk about some technology? The 6600 XT. So you can probably find them at about $330 in the UK, maybe $340 if you shop around.
Some of them.
And if you wait for a good drop. And I think at that price, they're probably a worthy buy.
That's the price I'm saying that they're good at. At any other price, I'm kind of going.
Yeah.
It's fine. It depends on what other availability.
So here's a follow-up question then. If you don't want to spend the mid-300s on a 6600 XT, what can you buy that's cheaper and not awful? Because you can't buy 2000 series cards.
Off of eBay for like 120 to 130.
Yeah. If you're not buying a 6600 XT, you're buying second-hand then, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can we get 1660 Supers anymore? Do they exist?
Maybe second-hand.
Are they on sale new or did they get discontinued?
I imagine. They've been discontinued, but I have no idea.
Yeah, because this is the thing. Like, there's two things.
I don't know.
I want a cheap graphics card, probably for this one. I don't know if I want to put a 6600 XT in this one. I put a 6600 XT in the other build that we're going to do, but I don't know about this one. I'd want like a 1660 Super or something in this. But then that much being said, I could put the 1660 Super that's in the Lianli there, that's currently turned off. I could put that one in here and buy something nicer for the Lianli.
Why do you need
that.
Something nicer for the Lianli?
Just because I'm building that thing up.
Yeah,
I'm building that computer up. It's got a 5800X in, a top-end water cooler, a top-end well, not a top-end, but a decent motherboard.
I have a 3090.
I don't want to spend that much. And if you want to give me your 3090, I'll take it, even though it's a pallet.
Wow. Wow.
However, I can't afford your 3090.
You can't afford me.
Chris Kingan, you got a 16 Super you'd sell me? Yeah, you're US though, aren't you, Chris? By the time it's been posted across, it's probably not good value anymore. 1660 Super, still going from scan at reasonable prices. Okay.
Last time I sold them on scan, they were like 450 quid.
I'm going to check that right now because I'm curious.
So. I hope Words in English are hard.
Nobody can afford Caradox 3090. Night Fusion could have. He made a choice.
He made a choice.
Yeah. Let's see. Scan.co.uk. Oof. SXAN. That's going to be a virus, isn't it? Scan.co.uk. There we go. Search. 1660 Super. I don't even know what the 1660 Super is capable of, to be honest. I own one, but I've never actually put it to the test.
It is capable of rendering 3D graphics at
Yeah.
extreme speed.
I mean, the 1660 Super, it'll give a 2060 a bloody nose, won't it? Obviously, it doesn't have RTX, but...
No, but yes. I mean, not really.
It's like it's within 10 FPS of it, right?
No.
No?
Well, it's the class down card, isn't it? Because it goes 1660 Super, 2060, 2060 Super.
Yeah, but 1660 Super is going to be close to the 2060 vanilla. What do you guys think, chat? 1660 Super versus 2060. And don't give me answers from CPU. Don't give me your answers from user bench. That doesn't count.
I thought you were going to say, don't give me your answers from CPU Z, and I was going to be like, that's an impressive skill if they can. I have made my 1660 Super appear.
Oh, heckin' Scan. There's no prices on anything.
Yeah, because they haven't got any stock. They only list prices when they have stock.
Yeah. There's none in stock on Scan. Either that or the website crap. Let me get. Hang on a sec. Give me the heckin'. Give me the desktop version, please. Desktop site. Yeah, no, there's no prices for 1660 Supers from Scan. What about Amazon? Have they got any?
Oh, there's no hard drive.
1660 Super. There's an SSD on the Mobo.
Sorry, I meant hard drive LED light.
Oh, right, yeah. Oh, yeah, no. Plug the power LED into the hard drive LED. I'm going to change the camera angle so you guys can see what Caradog's up to. There you go. Have a wonky camera angle. Let's see.
My bald spot.
That's the problem with the top-down camera. It will find any patches in your hair. Let's see. 3060 was a nice upgrade from a 970. Yeah, I bet. 2060 is about 10% faster than a 1660 Super. Yeah, that's what a couple of people are saying. So yeah, that sounds reasonable. And like 10%, like that is faster, but that's not going to change your world. So a 1660 Super is still a pretty decent 1080p graphics card then, isn't it? Paid 500 quid for a 3060. Yeah, not ideal. You did what you had to do, I guess, didn't you? I think the state of the GPU market is clearing up faster than anyone thought it would. Most people thought it was going to be like that until next year. So I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. But that's easy for me to say because I ended up getting a really good price on my 3070. Thanks, Caradog. God. Amazon have got a 1660 Super, a pallet, for £400.
Yeah, that's about right.
Ew.
Yeah, because Scan have been doing it for like £440.
Yeah. What about 150 quid second hand? Can you get anything good for £150 second hand? eBay.
I don't know. Is Chris here? Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
What can you buy? What can you get me for 150 quid?
Yeah, Chris, have you got any graphics cards you want to sell me? Serious question.
Or can you just give me some eBay links?
Dave Bell says there's a 1660 Ti for £350 from Scan.
That's a better price.
Yeah, it's still more than I want to pay for a 1660 class, though.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that is better. You got 500 quid for your 2070 Super. That's a good sell.
Was that Chris?
No, that was Kevin Lewis. Let's see. 1660 Super. How much is it on eBay? Pre-owned 350. 200. Oh, that's bidding. Yeah, they're still going for silly money, man. You can buy a brand new card that is vastly superior. The second-hand market is broken at the moment because everyone still thinks their graphics cards are worth double price.
This is just an RGB controller.
Yes.
Right, okay. I was trying to work out how the fans went into it.
Yep.
Because I was working out where the fans were
Yep.
going.
That widget is purely RGB. The fans will be going into the motherboard. Let me grab a... Ugh. There's a fan splitter.
How dare.
Lob that your way. This is going to look quite nice when it's finished, this build. Now it's actually got components in it and stuff, and it's got a black interior with the white exterior. I think that looks alright.
Where's the fan header?
somewhere. Andy 816896 with €5. 6, thank you very much for the super chat, my dude. 6600 XT for £400 and a Crucial P2 for 62 quid. Bargain. Yeah.
Depends on which model it is.
Yeah.
If it's like if you got like the like Strix or the
that's true. Yeah.
Or the Power Color Devil Ultimate blah blah blah. Or
if it's a high end one.
Sapphire Nitro Plus. The Sapphire Nitro Plus of the 6600 XT was really cheap.
Yeah, Brightech's got a Nitro Plus for $390.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw them I saw them when the launch happened and was like, I kind of want to buy the Nitro Plus. I have zero use for it and it's not fast enough for me to replace what I have.
Yeah.
But I was like, I kind of want one. And I was like, I have no need for one, so I won't.
What's your plan at the moment? 'Cause you've got a 3090, but you don't care about your 3090, do you?
No. I want a 6900 XT, either Liquid Devil Ultimate or possibly like a Toxic Nitro Ultimate.
Yeah.
But they're like 1700 to 2200.
You're holding out for a special edition 6900 XT.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
It's slower than a 3090, arguably, but I want a 1600 XT.
Yeah. Fair enough.
And it's like, I don't particularly care.
Yeah.
I'll just take all of your GPUs.
Yeah. But to answer the super chat though, the 400 quid for the 6600 XT, fine. I don't think that's a bargain, but it's fine. However, the Crucial P2, the Crucial P2, that went down to crazy prices. I've picked up like 6 of those things at that price as well. That is a bargain. Absolutely. 1660 Super is the same performance as a 1070. Yeah, a little bit faster, but not meaningfully. Again, I think it's 10%, 5 or 10% from the 1070 to the 1660 Super, and then it's another 10% up to the 2060. That's my assessment of that. So yeah, I've got a 1070 lying around, but it's got a water block on it. So I've been saving that for a water cooling build. But man,
you still haven't done anything with that.
Yeah, if I could find an air cooler for that card, I would. But then on the other hand, I also know because I got a pair of those 1070s. Postal's got the other one, and it's an overclocking monster. So it feels really, it doesn't feel right to put an air cooler on it, knowing what that card is capable of with overclocking. Postal, thanks for the $5, my dude. If you get time, you should totally not turn on the PS3 during stream. We won't get time on stream, but there still will be a video on that.
However, it does need to be turned on stream. For other reasons.
Okay. Message received. Okay, yeah. It's been memed or something, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough. I'll make sure it happens, Postal.
But
I'll make sure it happens.
It's got like classic 2020 Adamant IT memes on it.
No.
Modern 2021 memes.
I have concerns. Mr. Guru says 2% according to GPU. Yeah, all right. It's probably going to depend on the game, but yeah. Certainly, I'd certainly agree that it's not going to change your world because before I got my 3070, I had a 1070 and I also owned that 1660 Super and I was looking at YouTube videos to see if it was worth swapping my 1070 and 1660 Super over. Because my 1070 was an EVGA, so it was a nice one. But also, I had a sense. But then that 1660 Super is a nice. It's an MSI, but it's still a nice one. It looks like a nice modern car. It looks pretty, which is why it's in the Lianli. So
we
yeah.
all know that's all that matters.
In
computers.
Absolutely, especially with the Lianli. This computer was built to look pretty. I'm going to turn it on so it's on in the background, and then people can see a little splash of RGB in the background. I need to adjust the angle so the screen can see it.
Oh no!
There we go. There you go. You can see a little bit of RGB in the background from the Lianli now. Why is it the biggest motherboard connection computer case opening is always offset? It's because the connector, the ATX connector on the motherboard is always in a slightly different place on every single motherboard. It's not standardized, so it's impossible for them to actually get that set. So, yeah, I do agree it is kind of annoying, though. It would be nice if they could standardize this kind of thing, but it's not something I can see happening because when they're designing the layout of the motherboard and they have to have that flexibility to move things around a little bit. Otherwise, every motherboard would be exactly the same. So, let's see. This 1660 Super has a newer core, so it would be more power efficient compared to the 1070. Yeah, I think you're right. It was more of a case of the 1660 Super would have been a better choice. However, it wasn't worth the hassle of changing my computer over. And like a couple of months after I was asking this question, I ended up getting a 3070 anyway.
Oh, damn it.
So, thanks for building this, by the way, while I just drink and read the chat. I'll do the next one. And we'll swap roles on the next one. I'll build and you read chat.
It's okay. Those people do what they're good at.
Are you implying that I'm not good at building computers? Goofy Balls of Fire says, I kind of have one. Put on the same cooler as your 6900 XT like the Liquid Devil has, but the Liquid Devil has the XT-XH chip.
The Liquid Devil Ultimate does.
Yeah.
There's specifically 2 versions of the Liquid Devil. One doesn't. That's why I want the Liquid Devil.
Not 100% certain which one Goofy's got there. He's obviously got one of them. Yeah. John Paul Bacon says, hopefully I'll be doing some upgrades to your PC later on. You've been waiting since Thursday when you were supposed to get some thermal paste, but it hasn't come yet. Oh, man. That's the worst when you're ready to go, but you don't have consumables that you need. It's one of the main reasons why I just always have a couple of tubes of thermal paste in stock now. So, yeah. 1660 XT is for 1080p, 1440 not so good. More or less, yeah.
It weirdly runs out of puff at 1660.
At 1440.
Sorry.
Yeah.
The 1660.
The 6600 XT.
The 6600 XT
runs out of puff.
Shockingly runs out of puff at 1440p.
See, that's a big shame because that basically means you've got no headroom, and 1440p is becoming very affordable for an upgrade these days.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's a critical upgrade. Like, for people who are still gaming at 1080p, I wouldn't feel bad about that. Like, when I got 1440p at home, it didn't change my world. It was great on the desktop. Yeah. For desktop, I love it. But for playing games, didn't really change my world.
Because obviously I've been running these for...
Yeah, I mean, you've always had exotic monitors.
Years?
Yeah.
So I had these for 6 years.
Yeah. Like, you've had exotic monitors for as long as I've known you. But I've been... You know, I went from 1080. I went from 1200p, which is just 16 by 10 1080p, up to 1440, and I was like, "It's all right." Yeah. You know, it's all right.
Yeah.
That was literally my response when I fired up my new monitors. I was like, "Yeah, they're all right. They're slightly better."
It's mind-boggling how used to size of like screen and stuff you get, because seeing that there on its own, it looks like a big monitor. At home it looks positively tiny.
Yeah.
And it's mad.
Yeah. Like this screen here, what's that, 30 inch?
30 inches at 16 by 10.
Yeah, this is a 30 inch in the background, 16 by 10 30 inch, and it looks heckin' massive over there. But if you have an enormous desk, suddenly that looks enormous, but then when I remember that I've got dual 27s at home, I'm like, well, that's only slightly bigger than what I've got at home. Yeah. Like, if you made that 16 by 9, it would probably be 28. Or maybe 29 inch, I suppose, but I don't know. Christopher David, nice build. Thanks for another live stream. Thank you very much, my dude. Thank you very much for the super chat. Thanks for the $20. Much appreciated.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah. Thank you for being here. Danielle Emberley says, working on an AMD 5700G build with a B550. Waiting for new parts, turned into an 1100 US. That's not bad. $5,700.
Sorry, $1,100?
Yeah. What graphic is that with a graphics card, or are you using the integrated graphics? Because with integrated graphics, with no graphics card,
but 1100 seems like a lot for that.
A lot? Well, no. I mean, you're going to struggle.
US dollars, yeah.
Yeah. Like, that's going to be what, 800 quid?
300.
Yeah.
5.
You're going to get up to £800.
7.
Assuming you're using premium pass. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, if you want to build,
it depends on what class of storage and stuff you've got.
Yeah,
doesn't it? Yeah.
A gaming build in the UK is going to net you 800 or 900 quid with no graphics card at the moment.
Yeah.
And then basically the final cost of your build is going to depend on how much you can afford on a graphics card. That's so yeah, but your tower with no GPU is going to be 700 or 800 quid. Again, you could grind that price down. If you went in with a really cheap case and cheap everything, you can get that price down. But if you want to build it with an AIO, with a Corsair case, with some RGB and all the rest of it, you're going to end up at 800 quid. It's going to happen. So yeah.
Where do you go? You go there. So
what do I think of 3440 by 1440? What's that? Is that double width?
21 by 9.
What's 21 by 9? Is that double width or is that?
Effectively ultra wides, yeah.
Yeah.
My response is. I haven't used one in anger to specifically comment, but based off of how much I dislike using a single large monitor by comparison to triple small monitors, I don't think it would work for me.
I would rather have 2 screens than a single ultra wide.
Yeah. Specifically, mostly because of the way that Windows handles multitasking.
Yeah, and also
or the way that I function with.
I was about to say, and it's also just the way that I multitask as well. Because if you have a single ultra wide and you're in game, you're gonna want that game to fill the screen.
Yeah.
Whereas I would rather have the game on one screen and all my communications on the other screen, which is what I not typically do. So. I love the idea of ultra wides. I think they look awesome, but I don't think they're actually very useful in a practical sense. However, there is one instance. There's a couple of big instances though. Is if you literally do not have room for 2 monitors, an ultra wide will probably fit. Yeah. And the other instance as well is one of my star students that I had as work experience when he went off to university. He was looking to buy an ultra wide. This was when ultra wides were fairly new, and I said, "Ultra wide, really? They're really expensive, dude." And he said, "We're not allowed 2 monitors in halls of residence. We're only allowed 1 monitor because they were only allowed. They had a limited amount of sockets, and they weren't allowed to put multi sockets on them."
But entirely cheese that using the Y splitters.
Yeah, but he said so. Literally, if I use an ultra wide, I can simulate dual screens with only having 1 monitor. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, yeah, all right, you can have that one. So there are little niche times when it actually works.
Yeah, where it makes absolute sense.
Yeah. M80X or ATX for a 5600 XT depends on the case. Depends on the case.
I always go full ATX.
Yeah, I mean, I generally recommend full ATX because the problem is this is a Corsair 220T. It's like maybe 1 inch taller than any
P200.
Well, that's an extreme example, but I'll put it up.
But it's the P200 is what? ITX?
Yeah, this is ITX, and look, it's. Well, where's the calipers? They're here. There we go. Oh, hang on a sec. There's a tape measure. It's 3 inches taller. This is just 3 inches taller, and we're going from.
Can we have the metric conversion, please?
3 inches, which is 8 centimeters. So for another 8 centimeters, you go from ITX to full ATX. You go from compromise and airflow problems to 0 compromise. The existence of the super compacts like the 220T and the Meshify C completely negate micro ATX, in my opinion.
Yeah.
However, that much being said, I am a big believer in buying the case that you like. You can buy whatever you want, and you can make it work with the right fan configuration. You can make anything work.
The important thing to remember, though, is that you'd still be wrong.
So you could go micro ATX, but the one thing I would recommend is just to make sure that you buy an airflow case, so full mesh front. That's my only stipulation these days, is airflow or go home, because having a full airflow front makes basically anything work in my experience. So yeah, that's the thing. In terms of motherboards and stuff, not a huge amount of difference these days.
Have you got more of these? Because I'm messed up.
Cable ties? Yeah, sure. You bought me literally a tub of cable ties.
I did. I think I might require a third set of hands. I mean, a third hand. A second set. Assistance.
How can I help?
Yes. Also,
I'm gonna move this to here, and I'm gonna swing around to the other side. Hold up, everyone.
It's the shop.
Yes. You're not allowed to see this until I do the 100,000 subscriber special.
Even though you're on 110k.
It's coming. I mean, I knew it would, but...
Also, dear God, what happened?
It's complicated. Let's see, how are we doing?
Right. What I want to do, and I realise I should have used these first, but I want to scoop all of these into this loop here. Into this bundle here.
Okay, so we're going to cut that free and put a new one in. Yeah. Okay, right. Let's turn this... I've changed my mind. We're going to turn it this way and swing the camera back around, because otherwise our left hand is going to cover everything up and no one can see anything. So I'm going to do that.
What you really need is also a camera like here.
Yeah, it might have been worth getting a third camera set up, but it's because we're building with two people. When it's one person and we're not stumbling over each other, it's easier to use this camera. But yeah, we actually probably needed a third camera for this, which could have been done. We've got the hardware. What was I looking for? Snippers, side cutters. Right, what do you need?
That.
Cut.
Yeah, please. And I will feed that. This is bent the wrong way as well.
Put foam on the springs of the arm cam. Vibrate hum. Yes, that's a good shout. It's not an issue because when I'm recording videos, I always cut sections of me moving the camera about, so you never hear it. It's only because we're live and I'm doing the camera movements live. Obviously, I do this all the time when recording, but you never see any of it because it gets cut in editing. Whereas obviously now you're seeing me moving the camera all the time.
Right, I need to hold that. Is that... Then them?
You saw the monitor for a split second. Yeah, you saw the chat and also the statistics.
Statistics.
Tap the desk and listen to it. Yeah, that's true. Hang on a sec. Let me... Yeah, this one does... Oh, it's because I've got it... Hang on a sec. If I just adjust that slightly... Go. Let's do that.
I think I want that.
Yeah, that's maybe lessened it. I could get rid of that by putting on the super aggressive noise cancellation. Also, though, I need a Microsoft. I need a microphone stand.
I need a Microsoft stand.
Yeah.
Hold on a minute.
We've got one lined up, and I even got a super chat for it. I need to buy it. Smack Daddy Zero. Welcome to tier 1. Thank you very much for the membership, my dude.
Thank you for coming.
I hope to be turned into one day. Oh no.
You hope to be turned into a microphone stand?
No, Chris wants to be turned into a statistic. How about a case with a full filtered mesh side panel?
I mean, you want recommendations for one, or...
Surely that exists. I can't think of one.
O11D.
No, full mesh side panel. Is the O11?
Sorry, I thought you meant as in like a mesh filtered intake.
No.
On it. Oh, full mesh side panel.
Yeah. So like, imagine tempered glass, but it's mesh.
No, I'm good, thanks.
I think that's a great idea.
No.
I mean, it's not very good for looks, but
it's also not very good for airflow, front airflow.
I suppose if you have good airflow, you wouldn't need it. Yeah. Because
you'd be wanting to shape the airflow like that.
Yeah. Because the thing about you want your case to be an air tunnel. And the reason why if your temperatures drop with the side panel off, it means your intake sucks, basically. And I know that because I have a NZXT. So
when was the last time NZXT had airflow?
That's my point. If I take the side panel off of my case at home, my temperatures drop, which means my airflow sucks. However, what should happen is your temperatures should be better with the side panel on because you're getting a wind tunnel effect. So, yeah, it sounds like a good idea, but if it works, it means the intake sucks. So, yeah.
Stay.
But I'm surprised that it doesn't exist, though. There must be someone who's done that. I would be interested to see it done. See how that pans out. Postal says, if you need a stock cooler for the 1070, I know someone who has one. See,
stock, not sock. Yes.
Yeah.
I want to cool it using footwear.
An Accelero can probably get close to the water cooled temps. Yeah, I don't like the look of the Accelero though, and I'd want to put this in a showcase.
Just build water cooling.
Yeah, I need to build a water cooled rig. I've got to build a water cooled rig. Maybe with, I don't know. I'll find something. I'll do the water cooling one. I want to do hard tubing and everything.
With a hope and a prayer. That's what you should do it with.
Yeah. NR200 as mesh side panel options. Who's the NR200? That's Cooler Master. I recognise that one. There's definitely some great cheap showcases that you can get hold of. Yeah. I have there's a severe danger that I'm going to refer to your list at some point, Chris. Chris, is your cheat sheet
it's pinned
spreadsheet? Yeah, is it public though?
It's pinned in public.
Yeah. Yeah, in the Adamant IT Discord, Chris does a lot of computer builds and he has tested a lot of cheap cases. And in the Adamant IT Discord, pinned, there is a spreadsheet of all of the cases and whether they're any good or not. I've not referred to it myself, but I'm aware it exists.
In the
resources. Yeah. It's somewhere. If you ask for it, then someone knows where it is. The master box. Yeah, Cooler Master box. Yeah.
That will do.
It's pinned in Pix Dump.
Oh, yeah, because, yeah.
We should probably move that somewhere else. That's not the right place for it.
No, but, well, that's
at least
where it was.
It can be found, yeah. We should probably move that to resources.
Yeah. I meant to do stuff and things and then forgot. And stuff.
So, yeah. Oh, the rest of Danielle's build. B550 ROG Strix Gaming Wi-Fi. Yeah. 2 times 16 gigs. So 32 gigs of RAM.
Hell yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess if you need it. It's CL14 as well. So, yeah, sure.
Good. What speed? Is that 3600 CL14?
3200 CL14. So, it's all right, yeah. 1TB NVMe. Corsair RM750X. Yeah, sweet.
I'm going to do that. Yeah.
Silverstone Farah R1. I like Silverstone.
Nice. Yeah, that's quite a nice one.
I can't remember the R1.
Wait, as in, is that the classic original R1?
R1.
Because that's a reasonably old case, I think.
I just googled Silverstone R1 and I was half expecting to find motorbikes on the Silverstone racetrack. Silverstone Farah R1. Oh yeah, I like the look of that. Yeah.
That'll do. That's good enough for Australia.
That's a cheap case as well. You can get it for 50 quid with tempered glass.
Isn't it also... I think it's old, which is part of the reason
Probably why, yeah. Yeah. Oh, Gamers Nexus don't like it, which is a shame. What were you asking?
Can you pull up a larger picture of it?
Yeah, stand by.
Apparently not, is the answer to that one.
I don't work on my phone very often, so I'm really...
I don't know how to use a telephone.
Open image in new tab. There we go. There we go. It's that guy. Her.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Here's a picture of it, everyone. I'm sorry. Yeah, I think that looks really nice. I don't know what... I'd have to read Gamers Nexus's review to find out why they don't like it, but it looks... I'm sure it's fine. Bearing in mind, of course, Gamers Nexus are not gospel, they are scientific. That doesn't necessarily mean that it is a concern. So yeah, but suffice to say, I think that looks like a nice case. I would like that on my desk. I would like that. Looks a bit Bitfinex. Yeah, I see what you mean with the Bitfinex comparison.
Oh dear.
Bloody hell. Right. Sorry, I'm feeling the cider. If it's not apparently
You're
obvious.
supposed to drink it.
I'm aware of that. I've been drinking it, and I can tell I've been drinking it.
I've just been stood here stroking the bottle going,
Yeah. What time are we at? We're at 1:46, and I would like to do a second build. So I'm going to try and speedrun the second build when we get to it. Make sure those fans are quiet. Yeah. We won't do any fine-tuning on this one today on stream. However, during the week, when they're on the bench, I'll go into the BIOS and I'll do some fan curves and stuff like that. Have you put that fan splitter in? I'm guessing you have.
See.
Good.
It's there.
Oh yeah, we're coming together now. I think we're nearly there.
Yeah.
So let me flip the camera. Face cam, bench cam inverted. Whoop.
Here you go.
Oh no, I just checked. Ah! Right, fine. There's a reason why the camera goes upside down now and then. Good. Oh, is that it? Are we ready to power on?
Yes.
Radical. Wah, 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 wah.
There you go.
There we go. Oh, look at that. All right, hang on a sec. Where's the...
There are no egregious rubbing noises. Excellent.
That looks rad.
I dislike egregious rubbing on stream.
Let me grab a video capture device. Add existing. Live Gamer Mini.
Ta-da!
It posts.
Excellent.
There we go.
My only question is, why is the power?
Because that's plugged into the hard drive LED. Which is what I told you to do. So yeah.
It doesn't have a separate one.
Yeah. Corsair cases never have a hard drive LED, which annoys me. I like indicator LEDs. So I plug the power LED into the hard drive LED light. So then, because we know it's on because it's got heckin' RGB. So I plug the power LED into the hard drive activity LED. So then we can use that as a hard drive indicator instead. So yeah.
Cool.
There we go. That's it. It works. One done.
London.
One done.
Wagwan.
No exhaust.
Not yet.
No. I might put some. I'd need to find some more. See,
You don't need it.
Let me switch back to bench cam. Hang on a sec. No, you don't need it. My 220T that I've got on the bench, that I've also got on the bench over there. I've got one extra fan at the back. That's another RGB fan for exhaust, so it balances it out.
Is this actually square?
No.
But it was right the first time.
Hey.
Skills.
Hang on a sec. The peel. Both sides. The peel. Stop. Stop. Remove. 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 Go away. Go away. He was gonna avoid the peel.
Yeah, because it's not finished. You peel it when the person buys it.
Chat, should we peel the cellophane off now or when the person buys it? I see one vote for peel.
I also vote for going to the peel.
Yes. Postal says no peel. Not now, when bought. It's still even. Oh my. Oh, it's. Hang on a sec. Peel later when the buy it. Oh, peel. Keep on. Always peel. No peel. Oh, that's a lot. Oh, buyer's privilege. Oh.
See.
It's going to be on show though. I'm peeling. I'm peeling. It's a show PC.
Hold on. For this, we must place the microphone.
Yep. Hold on. Hold on a sec. Here we go. Oh, is it only peeled on one side?
Yes.
Oh yeah. All right. That means it's gonna need. Okay, here we go. Here we go. yes. Oh, yes. Everyone who's saying no, it's done now. It's too late. Right, I'm going to put it on upside down, and I'm going to immediately pledge it.
It's behind you.
Oh, yeah. That one's still on the go. Oh, well, we've got this one as well now. Because immediately after you peel cellophane off of glass, all of the dust will go straight onto it. So you immediately want to get some multi-surface polish and polish the glass. And that will make it anti-static and stop the dust from sticking to it. Oh no. Fezzy says, don't stop, I'm almost there. I'm now a buyer's killjoy. This was a controversial move. Discourse in the Adamant IT podcast.
Maybe that's what you should just name the stream afterwards.
What? Discourse.
No. I peeled it.
I peeled someone else's computer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I stole someone's peel. Oh, look how clean it is. I love it. Right, don't touch the glass when you're putting the thumb screws on.
You missed a bit.
I'll miss your bit in a minute.
I didn't know you were aiming for it. Help me, I'm scared. Scared. Run. Show us.
All right.
Show us.
Done. Oh, bam. Good. That's a nice looking computer.
That looks really nice.
Yeah. Oh crap! Could you sort us out, please? Thank you. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I think that looks cool. I still prefer the black one, but I think that looks nice. That has an aesthetic to it that I think is cool. And I think that's going to look good in the shop. We'll get a nice graphics card in there. It might end up being that 1660 Super. It might end up being something else. But we'll put a nice big graphics card in there.
How do you take this off?
Just pulls off. Yeah, just give it a pull. Oh. And then, yeah, there's a dust filter at the front there.
That's nice.
And yeah, that just taps back in. Cool. All right. Right, can you shunt that somewhere else for me, please? And I will unbox the next computer. And I will actually do the building on this one. BIOS update. Yeah, we'll do... There's not a huge amount that needs to be done on that because that computer was already running in the Aerocool case that we took it out of. That's why Windows was already installed on it. So there's not a huge amount that needs to be done with that one. It's largely up to date already. We're basically just recasing it into something that is sellable. But yeah, the Aerocool is an ex-review case, and I try not to sell my review stuff if I can. Right. Ugh. Done. On to the next one. Done. I'm done. 1660 Supra.
Supra. If anyone gets that reference.
Was that just are you just referencing Fast and Furious? Okay. No, I did not get that reference.
You will not. You are insufficiently degenerate.
Okay. Oop.
What are we doing in this one?
Right, we're putting in...
Oh, we're doing this one, not the P200.
Yeah, P200's last, because the P200 isn't going to run because we don't have cooling for it.
Oh, yes, indeed.
And we're going to run out of time for that. So we'll build this one up, just because this will be another one that will actually run when we're finished. Well, good enough anyway. I'm probably going to change the cooling on it, but we'll have something that works. So what are we going to do? Are we going to put the 5600 or the 5800 in it?
56.
5600. Yeah. Save the 5800 for a custom build. Oh, this one's the black one. I thought they were both white. Oh. Something other than Corsair? Yeah, Corsair's all I got. Those were the ones that were going cheap. We've got the Meshify C, but that's a customer computer. And for those of you who weren't here at the start of the build, the start of the stream, I will be building up a Meshify C in this week's or next week's video. So, well, it might not come out next week. I can't remember if there's something else in the pipeline, but very soon there'll be a Let's Build Computers featuring the Meshify C. However, it was Corsair cases that were going cheap, so Corsair cases are what we got.
Oh.
Heckin' America.
This power supply smells of petrochemicals.
Is that good, is it?
It smells of petrochemicals.
Give me the power supply. Ooh, it does. That's a good smell. I don't like the smell of petrol, but that's a good smell. Anyway, no, it's a Be Quiet we've got here. Be Quiet System Power 9, which at some point was going cheap. I'd like
You may notice a theme.
Yes. It's not modular, which is a bit... yeah. Yeah. I'm using up what I've got in stock, basically. Corsair cases are rubbish. Fractal all the way. Yeah, Fractal, you get more with Corsair. That's the thing. No, it was not Spud. I was David Deep Rose. Are you going to get the Meshify C just to prove we've got it or something?
No, I'm eating.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Right. Ugh.
You're doing it well over there.
You know, I'm not sure if I've seen this case in black before.
Oh, you had a white one, didn't you?
Yeah. I've built in this case white. It has a very controversial front panel. This is a Marmite case, this. Some people love it, some people hate it. I quite like it, personally. I think, I'm
solidly in the camp of don't care.
Yeah.
In black. In white, I don't like it. In black, I'm like, I'd use it.
Yeah, I like it because I appreciate that Corsair are trying to do something interesting with their front panels. Something a bit asymmetric.
Why does all of this just smell of petrochemicals?
Caradog is just huffing the Be Quiet box here.
Stimulants.
Another build. Yes, we've got 2 to do today, so we're probably gonna run late. I'm gonna try and speed through this one though. Care to discuss the ethics of disposing of review kit? The genuine answer to that is I don't know.
I honestly was expecting to say the honest and genuine answer is I don't care.
Well, the thing is, see, review kit, it's given to you, it's a free lunch.
It depends.
Well, okay, I'll rephrase that. The review kit that I have been given, it was a free sample that was given to me. I signed no contracts regarding said review kit. So as far as I'm concerned, it's been given to me as a free kit. I have provided a review, which means I have fulfilled my verbal side of the verbal contract that we've got. And now I keep the device and I can do as I please with it. Now, I feel like it's in poor taste to immediately sell it for money. So I keep it so I can use it for comparisons and do other stuff with it. And like my intent with review equipment is to keep it on hand so I can try and feature it in other things. So so like it will appear at another time at some point and the manufacturer gets a bit more than just one out of me. But theoretically, I've completed my side of my end of the bargain. I can do what I want with it. And if that involves selling it, then I'll sell it. I've done my part. However, I try to avoid doing that. Now, in higher end things, I think there's probably more of a contract involved where you will come to an agreement with the manufacturer where they say, we expect a video out of this that contains a review. And then there is an agreement over how much control is involved, how much control and how much payment, if any, is involved in said review. Now, when obviously
if there's payment involved, it's not a review.
Exactly. However, if they give you a free sample, is that not payment? There is a debate to be had there. So I say payment and control, whatever. We can talk about what that means. That's separate from the discussion at hand, though.
I would say that comment of people saying that receiving a review sample is payment is inaccurate.
Yeah. I would say you have to draw a line in the sand somewhere, and I do not draw that line. Like when is free stuff payment is a line you draw in the sand. Now, if someone sends me a free sample to review, I do not consider that to be payment.
No.
However, what if they send me a free sample and there's a case of beer in the box as well? Is that payment?
It is yes, because it is not the item being reviewed.
Quite so.
The thing being reviewed cannot be payment because the thing being reviewed is required equipment, required tools for the function of the review.
Yeah. So there we go. That's where we're drawing our line in the sand.
The free lunch.
Yeah.
Effectively, if their rep also came down to your shop and said, hey, let's also grab lunch. I'm delivering this and let's also go for lunch.
Yeah.
And they then bought your lunch.
Yeah.
They are now attempting to influence your opinion on the product.
So there we go.
That needs to be declared.
So that's where we're drawing the line then.
Yeah.
So again, however, that in any case though, whenever you're dealing with another company, the factors are payment and control. Now, we agree here that the sample itself is not payment because it's vital, so there was no payment. And then the control is, do you have an agreement with the company over how much control they have over the content of the video? Theoretically, if there should be no control in a review, otherwise it is not an impartial review.
Well, it is not a review.
Quite so. A biased review is not a review. Yeah. This is where we're talking about. Now, if you want more information on this, go and watch Tom Scott's video. Do a search for Tom Scott's YouTubers have to declare adverts. Or Tom Scott adverts. Just YouTube that. Tom Scott adverts. Tom Scott did a video, it's about half an hour long. It discusses the ethics and reasoning behind the fact that YouTubers must declare sponsorships, but no one else has to. TV shows do not have to, etc., etc.
Also product placement.
And stuff like that. Yeah. Fascinating video into the ethics of reviews, product placement, etc., etc.
There's also a slightly different conversation that Ian Cuttress, Tech Potatoes, having. Yeah. Because obviously he's worked in written media for the majority of his professional career. And in written media, if he ever had a sponsorship or received remuneration from a company that he is then writing on, he must put at the end of the article that he has in the past received remuneration.
Yeah.
Forever. On YouTube, you have to put it in that one video and that's it. And it's just the huge difference between print media and the world of YouTube and so on.
Yeah.
And just sort of him reconciling his views, the industry's views, conversation about sponsorship and things like that. And kind of a case of, is it even possible to be sponsored by a company that you review to advertise products that they sell?
Yeah.
And to still be impartial towards them.
Yeah.
Because is that not a degree of bias?
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
I think that comes down to a trust factor. And obviously trust is not something that can be quantified.
No, absolutely. It's kind of a case of, if you reviewed a Corsair case and Corsair gave you money to advertise their cases in your videos, even if they were not in the same video, is that something you have to declare forever?
Yeah.
And that's the kind of a debate.
I like Corsair. However, I like to think that I would be able to put myself in the mindset of, this is a review, therefore I will cast all biases aside for this video and I will criticize wherever I can, kind of thing. But again, perhaps perhaps if I were doing such a video and I had sponsorship in the past, I'd be like, I've had sponsorships from Corsair in the past, so keep that in mind when I review this video. I like Corsair as a company. However, I'll do my best to find any problems I can with this, but keep in mind that I like Corsair products in general.
Yeah.
You know,
I
think
am predisposed to look at this positively
Yeah.
by the fact that I've liked other products that they have done.
Yeah. So and I think that comes down to a trust factor, but that's again, it's impossible to quantify. So yeah. So yeah, make of that what you will. But in terms of selling review equipment, which is what we were originally talking about, yeah, I mean, if you have completed your side of your agreement, whether contractual or verbal or written in an email with the person supplying it, you can do what you want. The Aerocool case I've got down there, you know, I had a. It was in an email, but it was as worthwhile as a verbal agreement that they would give me a case and I would provide them with a review video on it. I have done the review video on the Aerocool Eclipse, therefore I can do whatever I want with that case. That is the way that I see this. But they may have then said, you know, if they had sent me a contract, that contract may have included, while you may keep the review sample, you may not sell it for profit or something like that, or you may not sell it afterwards. You may give it away in a competition, but you cannot sell it.
I guess my question with that is as to whether that could be remotely legally binding.
I don't know is the answer to that.
I don't know.
I have not agreed to such a thing before. No. I'm hypothesizing.
I don't know how specifically it would be that they can say what you can do with something that you are given, unless they are saying they are not transferring ownership to it to you. Therefore, technically, they're not giving it to you.
Yeah.
It depends on, obviously, whether it is given, whether it is classified as a gift and stuff like this. It gets very complicated and very in the weeds with contract law and stuff. It could end up there. Yeah. But yeah, so...
Liam in Wales says, Tech Potato did an amazing set of videos on press morales and ethics.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
That's right. And also, apparently, Linus Tech Tips used to sell a review kit after the WAN show back in the early days.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
God, yeah, that was ages ago.
Yeah. And, I mean, they still sell a lot of stuff. So, like, I mean, obviously...
I think they stopped selling everything.
I think a lot of their...
They had too many issues with people just trying to scam them, basically.
Yeah, but then a lot of their stuff gets sold internally to staff and stuff like that, which is basically the same thing. You're selling to mates at that point. You're still selling it. It's just they're selling it to people who they trust not to screw with them, basically. Whereas selling to the public, obviously, is a terrible idea because you're going to get people who then come back to them for tech support issues with something they bought. And they're like, text review, you don't get a warranty, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, boy.
What, light?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just picked up and just kind of went, "Ho!"
You're on the chat. I'm supposed to be building this. I appreciate that you've started opening this case up because I stopped building and started waffling.
Yeah, I'm trying to get you moving. It's okay. Oh, I'm on the wrong side.
Yeah, that's not happening now because I'm feeling that cider. I'm not going to lie. Right. Okay. Build computer. Right. We're going to here. Whoop.
Absolutely.
Cowdog's bought his dual drinks over here. His dual wielding.
Absolutely. I am prepared.
Yeah.
Or something.
Let me know if you need help with the chat.
I always require assistance. I am incapable.
Graham Beecham. Hi guys, long time watcher, first time on chat. Love the show. Thank you very much, Graham. And hello, a fellow Graham. Well done for spelling your name correctly as well.
Oh, the number of spellings of Graham always bamboozles me.
What, 2?
I've seen like 6 or 7.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I know Graham and Graeme.
Yeah. Also,
one of them is Scottish and one of them is English. I can never remember which way around it is.
Yeah. Also, Grem or something.
There's probably a Welsh spelling that just makes no sense.
Probably.
No offense, Wales.
Also, I think my absolute favourite one was the person whose name was Graham and their email address was Jambon de Gris, which is grey ham in French, as in the colour grey, ham. And I was like, oh, that's fabulous. I like that as an email address.
It's funny you should say that, because in Gaelic, I think it is, Graham would literally mean love ham. The word love and the word ham. Yeah. I'm not joking.
I love my meat.
Yeah. I'm not joking. Graham in Gaelic would literally mean love ham.
Excellent. Oh, yeah. Sorry, someone here was saying about, LTT having big problems with phones being scammed on eBay. Oof. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. I remember Linus talking about that a while ago. I feel a very strange affinity for Linus, because when he's talking about, like, remember back when? And then I'm like, I remember that. And then I'm like, oh, God, that was 20 years ago.
Yeah, heckin' Linus, man. He's been in the game a long time.
Yeah. We'll never look at you the same. Mr. Loveham.
Right, have we got standoffs for everyone? We have. Good.
Oh, yes. Absolutely. I love a Gaelic.
Oh, no. You're no longer in charge of chat.
I am just reading the words that appear.
Oh,
that's also the 220T.
Yeah, have we got any more screws from the 220T?
That is the entirety of the screws from the 220T.
Okay, yeah. Should we keep these together to sell with the computer? We should, shouldn't we? You should do, yes. Yeah, so I'm going to do that. I don't know what we's got to do with this. I'm taking no responsibility for your actions. Fair enough. Right, hang on a sec. I need to get the kit out of this. I've got to make sure the motherboard doesn't fall out. Ask me how I know. What was that one down the bottom? Roy Mars, something about an ADATA drive. What was that? Halfway up. Oh, halfway up. Yes, I'm having a problem with a new ADATA NVMe Gen 3 ADATA GAMX 512 gigabyte getting slow read and write speeds. So ADATA drives aren't all the same. No, the same as with most manufacturers. They swap the parts around. I feel like they've just been caught out the most by the press. Yeah. But they're everyone's favourite punching bag at the moment. Yeah, absolutely. But they do certainly seem to certainly seem to pick the most egregious of swaps. When you say slow read write speeds, how slow are we talking here? Like, have you got some numbers for us? Are we talking like 3,000, 1,000, 500? Absolutely. And what benchmark are you running? Where are you seeing these results? Because, obviously, drive speed is always very subjective. It's going to vary depending on where you are and what you're doing. Yeah. But, so there are some things where it might be like, well, yeah, that's what I'd expect in the real world. But also, if you're getting certain numbers, I'd be like, that sounds pretty faulty to me. I'd send it back, you know. Yeah. Apparently, according to chat, it's a DRAM-less one, which will then mean that it's likely that performance will drop off pretty hard if you're hitting it reasonably hard. Yes, that'll happen. Yeah. Case in point, I've got an Intel 660p in my computer at home, and it's a 2 terabyte, I think. Yeah, 2 terabyte Intel 660p, which again is a DRAM-less drive. And when I start transferring, because what I do when I'm making a video, I record the content on this PC that we're streaming from, then I move it to an external drive, take it home, and I copy it onto this Intel drive as just a dump drive. Then I process it. When I'm copying onto that, when it will copy 3 or 5, about 5 gigs or so at like 1,000, 2,000 megs per second as fast as it can, and then the speed goes down to about 200 megs per second for the rest of the transfer. And that is just normal behavior for these drives, unfortunately. They're good for either slow and steady transfers or burst transfers, but you will not get a sustained 2,000 megs out of them. That won't happen. Yeah. They can't do it. No, unless the drive is empty. Like if I freed up most of the space on this drive, so it was like 50% empty, then I wouldn't have this problem. But that's half the drive that I can't use. I'm not going to do that. So yeah. So it's up to you how much of a deal breaker this is. However, the important factor is that this is the behavior that I would expect from a drive like that. Absolutely.
Also a case that you will probably see lower performance after the drive is 6 months, 12 months old.
Yeah.
By a benchmarkable amount, so by a statistically significant amount, but not by an amount I'd expect you to actually feel in the operation of the drive.
Yeah. Also, Liam in Wales just said NVMe drives slow down when full. Be careful with your terminology there. Could you pass me a smaller screwdriver, please? Because NVMe is just the protocol that the drive is using. If you have, say, a Samsung SSD, like a Samsung 980 or a Samsung 970, that is an NVMe drive. That will not have the same problem. It depends on what drive you're using.
What? What is that standoff arrangement?
It's a bonkers standoff arrangement, and I need to move this one. One of the standoffs goes into the motherboard. The other one literally goes straight through and actually is a standoff that the heatsink screws into. Whoa. This is a very odd motherboard, this one.
What?
Yeah, I know.
I'd expect that to be an Asus feature.
Look.
Feature.
Look. Asus are alright. I'm not going to say Asus did nothing wrong. However, Caradog doesn't like Asus.
They're fine. Asus.
Asus. Apparently, it's pronounced the same way that Pegasus would be, so it should be Asus.
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 It's suspicious.
Are you making a Among Us joke?
Not explicitly, but yes. Just, you know, Asus sounding like suspicious. Which is...
Shall I put one of these P2s in here? I may as well, mightn't I?
Where else are you going to use it?
Yeah, exactly. Could you grab one of the P2s off the shelf down there, please? Thank you.
Sure.
I should put some more screws in this. I said I was going to speed run this, but I'm not going to lie, I'm drunk, so...
I'm not going to lie, I completely rogered.
Gazeboed. I am gazeboed from 1 pint on an empty stomach.
I'm not sure an empty stomach counts when it was 3:45 and you had lunch. Your defense is weak.
Yeah, no, I start getting hungry around 4:45. 4:45 is empty stomach.
It's empty lunch.
Someone back me up here. Someone back me up. And also, in my defense, this was like 7.4% cider. So
7.4% cider. The rest of it was water. Baby's first cider.
Sure.
No, wait, hold on. Oh, we're going back to a White Lightning conversation.
Oh no.
Baby's first cider.
Look, it was M&S cider. You provided it, so I expected to be half decent. You repeat your earlier question. Should I start ordering pizza for us, Loveham?
For us?
Yes, Kimbo is my partner. So.
Oh, I entirely misheard the beginning of that, and I thought you just said, "Should I start ordering pizza for us?"
Oh, for you and I, yes.
And I was like, "What?"
I'm not part of this scene, says Caradog. I'm not part of this mess that you have created on your own YouTube.
I am not in union with you.
Ah, thank you. Right, I need...
However, should a pizza be ordered?
Yeah, I could go with pizza actually tonight. Yeah, I'm up for that, Kimbo. I'm up for that. What would I want? I'm gonna get a New York pizza. Domino's New York. I think we should do it, Kimbo. The problem is ordering. I don't know. I don't know how much longer we're gonna. What's the counter on OBS?
The counter is on live 2 hours 19 minutes 39.
2 hours 19 minutes.
40.
All right.
41.
I got
42.
half an hour to finish this. That can be done. You need to make sure I hurry up. I need a.
I like how you're attempting to shift the responsibility to me.
Yes, I am. I need a small screw for putting in an NVMe drive. Are there any in that pile that look like they'd fit an NVMe drive? Sorry, an M.2 drive. Because NVMe is...
That's small.
That looks good. You can also just not order right now. This is true. I tell you what, when we finish, we'll order. So as soon as
Options.
we... Yeah. And options. Oh, right, yeah. It's done. I don't even want them.
It's done. It is prepared.
Yeah. What's going on in chat? Help me
Did I
out.
just see you had a bag of LEDs? I did. Why'd you... Oh, it's a heart kit.
Yeah, it's one of the heart kits.
I was just...
Oh, speaking of which, remind me to... Oh, that just doesn't work if the drive is screwed in. That's terrible, Muriel. Okay, here, get this. So, anyone here remember... I did a build a long time back. Featuring the 275R. And it had a 280, an RTX 280 Super, all the rest of it. It was a really nice build. And this is the motherboard from that build. There's a long and complicated story as to why I have that motherboard. Suffice to say, that build has a different motherboard in it now. It's not because this motherboard's VRM was crap, because everyone said, that motherboard's VRM is crap and it won't run that CPU. It was fine. However, this one is banned on the Epic Games Store, which is why I have it.
Yes!
The owner of that computer let an idiot friend install an aimbot on his computer and he got banned from Fortnite. And in order to circumvent a Fortnite ban, we changed the motherboard.
Exactly.
Anyway, this is that motherboard, which I now possess. But yeah, I also got slated for not screwing in the SSD. I have screwed in the SSD in order to not get slated in this stream. And look. Zero contact. It's designed to not be screwed in. That is all. Argue in the comments. Argue in the comments.
Argue. Argue. Discourse.
And yes, Epic banned the hardware ID of the... I would wager that they ban... I would wager that they banned the hardware ID of the computer. I tried changing the graphics card. That was not enough to circumvent the ban, but changing the motherboard was enough. And obviously a replacement motherboard is a lot cheaper than a replacement graphics card.
Especially in 2021.
Yeah, so that ended up being a pro. But yeah, so if you get banned on Fortnite, you need to buy a new motherboard. Make of that what you will.
So don't get banned on Fork Knife.
Yeah. Or just play a better game. If you enjoy... no, that's unfair. I've never played Fortnite.
If you enjoy Fortnite...
then I'm happy for you. And I wish you all the success in your games. And I hope you pawn many noobs. Where the heck is the thing? There we go. Right. There we go. So now the SSD is contacting the bottom of that heatsink.
Loosely.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know. It works. It's not going to fall out. It won't fall out. That's the thing. MSI engineering at the finest. Yeah, it's not the best motherboard, this. It's okay. However, I have to admit, I wouldn't use this motherboard again. It's fine. But there are better options.
Stop drinking. Keep building.
I'm trying to finish it. So then I can stop drinking. Right, we need RAM. The 16... Can you rob the 16 kit out of the 220T that we literally just built? I'm going to put that in here. And I'm going to put...
Was that not just a float? There's a floating RAM module there.
What is this? That's an 8 gig module. That'll do, yeah. I'll stick this in here for now. Oh, it's DDR3. That's no bueno.
Ah. That would be why it's just floating there.
Yes. Yeah, can you rob the RAM kit from the other one? We'll take the whole RAM kit and we'll put that in this one and we'll buy a different RAM kit for that build. Because that build doesn't need 3600 in it. That one's like a 32 or a 3400 kit. Right, CPU. Let's put a CPU in this thing.
Make sure it's the 3600.
Graham picking a lot of fights today. Maybe I am. However, I'm asking the real questions.
Who is 4chan?
Who is the mysterious hacker 4chan? The ultimate insult. It's fine. I understand what you're saying, Jerry BVR. However, that's not how I intend it. When I say it's fine, I mean literally, it is okay.
I mean literally, it is a financial punishment.
Yeah. When I say... Caradog, shut up. When I say it's fine, I mean this is fit for purpose, this is adequate. However, there are better solutions to this.
It depends, because there's also the British person going, oh yeah, it's fine, thanks.
Yeah.
And then it's a case of they mean, actually this is absolutely terrible and this is the worst thing that has ever happened to me, but I am far too polite to mention it.
Yeah, that's clearly what Jerry is implying, and I completely understand his perspective. Not a Soren, it's fine.
We're soaring?
Soren.
We're soaring. Flying.
Soren is the dude from Electronics Repair School.
Oh, I see. Okay. I got stuck on High School Musical. Put the CPU in the hole.
I'll put a CPU in your hole in a minute. I don't agree with everything Soren does. Yeah, thanks. Cheers. I don't agree with all of Soren's methods. However, I trust that he has tested his methodology and it is working. Because if it wasn't working, he wouldn't be doing it because he'd get a lot of returns. However, that doesn't mean that I agree with it. It's kind of like the whole. Hot gluing broken hinges dealio.
Oh no.
Yeah. His method works. It does secure the hinges because the funny thing is, he posted a video not long ago where a computer that he had done a hot glue repair on came back in. I was like, here's the time. Here's where we get him. The other hinge had broken. Yeah. And I was like, you know what? You can have that one. You can take that one to the bank, sir. And the video was about sort of, I've hot glued this laptop shut. So now how do we open it up to repair the other side? I didn't watch the whole video, so I didn't actually see what the answer to that was. But the thing is, I don't like the hot glue method, but the fact is that it works, and it was probably cheaper than my method. But that's the thing. My method is a factory finish, which I think is objectively superior. If you can achieve factory finish, I think that is the best option. Case by case basis. Yeah.
I mean, because I can supply you with a factory finish on a Dell R5, I don't think you'd be very pleased by it.
How so?
It's not a very good computer.
Could you unbox that for me?
It's not a very good computer.
Yeah.
I'm just going to have a 5800 that thermal throttles out the factory.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm with you. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Point taken. Yeah. Bamboo says, "Don't put CPUs into people's holes. It's rude."
Yes.
I shouldn't continue that conversation, so I'm not going to. Came back a year later with the other side. Yeah. Literally that. Yeah. Yeah. Tony McPants knows what I'm talking about. So yeah, that's the thing. I don't agree with his method, but I can't argue with it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Alright, can I get 2 screws into this so I can let go of the back of the back of the back plate?
The back of the backpack.
Yeah. Is that in? That's in. It's not in.
The amount of L3 cache on 5000 series CPUs is nutty. Oh yes, I'm just going to have a CPU with 35 megabytes of cache. More than the entire system RAM of a computer 30 years ago.
How much does cache matter for gaming? Do you know?
This much.
Yeah.
I'm not certain. However, the 3600G and the 3600X, which have nominally identical clock speeds and everything else but reduced cache, the 3600G is slower in pure CPU gaming. So, yeah.
Stop tape on the back plate. I agree. Sigaros.
Just tape everything in place.
I'm aware your name isn't Sigaros, however, I remember you from last time because we had a conversation about Sigaros. Yeah, I normally do that. However, I'm not going to do it because I'm trying to speedrun this. However,
Sedgewood. Siegwood.
Sigaros. You were there when we had this conversation. It was in a podcast. I'm not sure what you're in. Okay.
Onion Man.
Oh, okay. Sigurd.
Yes, that's
Sigurd
why I
or
said.
Katarina?
That's why I said Sigurd.
Okay, yeah. I was not listening.
Sigurd of Katrina. Wait, hold on.
I was thinking of the same joke myself. Hot glue goes brittle after a short while and falls off. Yeah, that's the thing. I've had no luck with it either. I've tried hot gluing and I've tried epoxying. Didn't work. I nearly put out a video about it because I had a Dell XPS in that had a broken hinge, and to save replacing the top case at great expense, I tried epoxying, and I did my best with it. Didn't work, and I was tempted to put out the video and say, here's me trying the glue method. It didn't work for me, but for other reasons the video got scrapped.
Unless you just have to literally fill it with hot glue, as in
I think
the hot glue becomes the case.
I think that's literally what Soren does, but I don't know. I can't be on board with it. Right, CPU, cooler, RAM, graphics card goes in last. We need to put a power supply in this thing.
Graphics card goes in here. Yes, Graham.
Yes. When I get a graphics card, this is where I'll put it.
This is where I put it. If I had one.
That looks straight to me. Power supply, thank you. When a customer asks if this PC will play Fortnite, the answer is no.
Who knows?
I don't know.
The hardware ID may have changed.
I was just going to say, if the hardware ID has changed enough, it might work. That'd be a very interesting test.
Yes.
I'm trying to remember if I put the customer's graphics card, because when I was testing, I had hard Fortnite installed on another computer, and I think I put the 280 Super into my Corsair and ran up Fortnite, and it worked. So it proved that the graphics card itself wasn't blocked. Watch me mount this fan side up. Fight me. So, yeah. It'd be interesting to see if there is enough changes. Could you put that somewhere else? Because I'm about to bin it onto the floor.
Going through changes.
What the hell was that song? That's all. There we go. Those are the ones I'm looking for. Can you change the MAC address in the motherboard BIOS? I believe you can. I don't know where. You would need to know specifically where it's stored in the BIOS. However, if you knew where it was stored in the BIOS, yes, you could do that. Well, citation needed. I'm not sure. See, here's the thing.
Well, as far as I'm aware, you can just change it in Windows. You can just change the one that Windows
That's a
reports.
software change. So, yeah, that's the one that Windows reports. And so, theoretically, I suppose that would be, well, if that's the one it's reporting, then it makes no difference, right?
Yeah.
However, if you wanted to change the hardware MAC address that would survive a reinstall of Windows, when I've done BIOS flashes, people have told me, oh, you've reset the MAC address of the Ethernet connection there. And I'm like, but isn't that encoded into the Ethernet controller? The answer to that is I'm not sure. I've never put it to the test.
The answer is maybe.
If the YouTube comments are to be believed, then yes, you could reprogram it in the BIOS. But it depends on how much you trust people in the YouTube comments. And the answer to that is maybe. Because sometimes people in the comments do actually know what they're talking about. But also, quite often, they don't. So, yeah. Because, yeah. Like, now and then there are people in the comments and they make comments, and later on I discover that they were absolutely bang on the money. But also there's plenty of times where someone will say something authoritatively in a comment, and I'm like, I know from literal testing, scientific testing, that you're objectively wrong, and you are stating this as fact. So,
a mistake has been made.
I love how you're hurrying me up, but thank you.
Get faster.
Yeah. I'm trying not to bend the motherboard at the moment.
Imagine being good.
Right, that's good. Nah, I'll plug these in properly in a minute. Let's thread them through first.
No, I'm pulling it out.
Alright, yep.
Because it's the wrong side of the cable. Damn it, no, it's the wrong side of that cable.
we've got everything we need here. SSD is in, motherboard, RAM, CPU, power supply.
There we go. Stick it in the hole.
Yeah, we're going to put fans in there. Yeah, I'll stick it in the hole in a sec. Right, is that through? Yeah. Do you want to thread through cables and I'll pull them back to the other side?
Is there a PCIe hole?
There is not on this case, actually. We've got one for the audio over here. And then everything else, yeah, I guess. Are we coming up here, or are we going through? We could also go through the PCI Express thing there.
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant. Is there a PCI Express hole?
Yes.
You said no. There is very much a grommet.
Well, there's not a hole specifically for front panel headers.
When was PCI Express on the front panel?
I'm not sure if you're deliberately misinterpreting me or I'm that gazeboed.
You said there is not a specific hole for the front panel connector, and I said good. I said, is there a hole for the PCI Express?
Chat, what did I say? Help me out here. Right, I'm going to heck and do it. I'll do it. I'll speed up. Just tell me to speed up and I'll speed up. Right. Audio. Audio's going over the top. I put the audio along the top these days. I found that works. I'm not that gazeboed.
Was this about double glazed windows? Why not?
Cleaning windows? I am maybe trampolined.
Completely bananaed.
That's going to go there.
That's the Gorilla Arms method.
What are you? Reset. Where's our USB? USB is going to go there on this one. Plug those in a sec. Front panel. It's all going down there. Yep. I might have to do that. PCI Express, we've got one poking through already. That's going back in there. We've got no
satisfaction.
No. I'm going to put one of them back in there. And I'm going to put the other one into the hard drive base for later addition of hard drives. There we go. Right, that doesn't quite reach the front, so yeah, that's going there instead.
You need the fans as well?
Yeah.
Or are you replacing them?
Yeah, we're RGB boys. Right, let's get this done. There we go. What's going on in chat, Caradog?
Arguments about Michael McIntyre.
Okay.
Is Michael McIntyre funny?
I like Michael McIntyre, although that is
not an answer to is he funny.
True. The original skit where he did the gazeboed joke, I thought it was funny and I liked that show. I'm not a big fan of the way that works, but that's fine.
I think there are certain jokes that he has told and had written for him that have been funny. I do not believe that he is innately funny.
Yeah.
Nor do I believe he has comedic genius. He is simply...
He's got good writers.
He is simply very mass marketable.
Yes.
And appeals to boomers.
Yeah. I suppose one could say if he has good writers and he is a good presenter of the joke, he's putting on a good show, therefore he's doing his job. Doesn't matter, the person who originally wrote that joke might be absolutely awful on stage. But they're really good at writing jokes. So they write the joke, they give it to Michael McIntyre, who does a really good job of presenting the joke. That makes for a good show. And I'm okay with that. I'm taking off the front panel. Could you unbox those RGB fans for me, please? That sounds awful when you rip these off, but that's how you do it.
Oh, it was NZXT, wasn't it, who was providing customer support, saying to someone, oh yes, how do I take the front panel off? Pull hard.
Yeah. That's the answer. That's literally the answer in the vast majority of cases.
That is a response.
Yeah. I mean, you could provide a little bit more context than that, like show a little picture that shows where you hold on to it and stuff like that.
You could show a little picture of where you need to pull.
Yeah.
May I recommend the Red Lion, or...?
I understood that reference. Are you proud of yourself?
Always.
Yeah.
Someone has to be.
Alright, Anna, so I'm doing these front panel connectors, everyone.
Oh, so you're going to stick your tongue out and...
Yeah, tongue out at the right angle.
Absolutely. It's important, you see, for accuracy. It's kind of like a weather vane.
It's an antenna for good ideas.
What, your tongue?
Yeah.
My tongue is an antenna for good ideas. Okay.
Pull hard, crunching noises is normal. Yeah.
So in other words, we're going back to a conversation about Gaelics. Why is there hacking plastic surrounding the thing that comes in a cardboard box? Tony Stark built this.
In a cave with a box of scraps. You missed a conversation about Gaelics. You did. We talked about how my name literally means love ham in Gaelic.
Yes.
Either that or people have been lying to me.
On the internet?
No.
Say isn't
IRL friends, whom I trust. Caradog always seems hangry. He needs a hobnob. I mean, everyone needs a hobnob.
Ooh, woo.
Roy Mar, I have 3 hard drives in my computer that turn on and off for no reason when not using them. Can anyone explain that? Power settings are 5 minutes, then drives go to sleep. The drive's firmware... Can the drive's firmware interfere with Windows power settings? I think it can.
Probably.
Yeah. It's not something I've looked into fixing in a while. How do you stop a drive sleeping?
Also, does it not just park at the end of every operation anyway?
Not necessarily.
I thought basically every modern hard drive was set to park at the end of an operation.
It probably does, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the drive spins down.
Right, but how do you tell the difference if you're just using the machine?
Well, that's the problem, is that if the parking is irrelevant because no one knows if the drive is parked or not. You more or less can't hear that.
No, but it delays finding the next bit of information when you open it.
Oh, by milliseconds. However, if the drive spins down, that's the problem, because if the drive takes 5 seconds to spin up. So yeah, the head's parking is completely a non-issue. However, the drive spinning down, that means your next read is going to suck. And also it means you get a big audio thing when the drive spools up again, which is probably the more annoying bit. You want them off and only to turn on when you use them. See, that's the problem, is that Windows will just check in on the drive now and then. And I think that's actually where your real problem is that Windows is just checking in on the drive, needs something, and the drive is like, wake up. So
why do you put the kids up on the table?
Yeah. Why don't you put on a little makeup?
Trust.
So we're not singing. We're not singing that song by that band. That's the
that
wrong
one band, that one time.
I can't remember that. Help me out here. What song is that?
Toxicity.
Toxicity. Toxicity. Help me! I can't remember the band name. It's driving me insane. System of a Down. We can continue. Yeah, the problem is you can't stop Windows checking in on a drive. It will do that now and then. I'm not going to start singing, don't worry. It's not chop. Is it chop? Yeah, it is chop suey, isn't it? Actually, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
I thought it was Toxicity. No, that's the album it's from.
I don't know.
Probably.
I'm getting involved now. I'm leaving.
Fine. Anyway,
this conversation is over.
It's not, because I haven't answered the dude's question. Roy Ma, I'm sorry, but I don't think I can solve your problem. Something is reading those drives. Something wants to pull it and is spooling up the drives. You could probably get them to a state where they'll stay on all the time, but having them never spool up is a tricky one. I'm not sure if I know the answer to that. I think it's based on drive firmware and stuff like that. You could try to disable indexing. Maybe there's something on those drives that Windows is wanting to check in on.
Oh, you're only putting 2 in the front.
Oh. What do you think? Yeah, I'm going to go 2 at the front and 1 at the back. I think that looks nicer. Yeah, I'm doing that. Executive decision made. Because like the bottom one goes down here, and you'll see it from the front, but I think 1 at the back would look nicer.
2 RGB hub.
Maybe antivirus.
I guess. But yes, I guess the point is kind of...
Do I know what I'm doing? Anything. I know what I'm doing. Whether my judgment is impaired or not is another question. Yeah, Mr. Guru says to set it to never turn off, but the problem is then you've got the hard drive wearing all the time.
Can't hear it if you set your fans to 100%.
You're not wrong, but I feel like you're missing the point. Did this case come with 3 fans? Yeah, fair enough.
Yes, it came with 2 in the front and 1 in the rear.
Right. Let's put these in while we're here.
Whoop.
eBuy Crucial 1TB P2 for £63. Yeah, they've been popping up on Amazon at that price as well.
Amazon, I think eBuy, I think Scan.
Yeah, someone else had them at that price
several
as well.
Places. So
yeah, CCL had them at that price as well.
Several places.
Yeah, they're a good buy. I would absolutely recommend someone pick them up. That's a cheap place to put your Steam library.
Absolutely. It's very good value.
Windows does self-heal scan too. DSIM and WSA PPX. Does it? Does it do that on... Yeah, fair enough. I'll take your word for that, Arnold, because you do know more than me on that front. That sounded really sarcastic. That's not what I meant. But...
Thanks, man. Yeah. I really appreciate it. You're a bro.
No. Rav says, are they unethically sourced?
No, but I can show you my ragu sauce. Lloyd Grossman.
I appreciate that joke. However, it's a non sequitur from the original one. I need to adjust the camera angle so I can actually see what I'm doing. Is today a 2-hour stream? No.
It has been 2 hours and 49 minutes. Therefore, no, not a 2-hour stream.
I'm aiming for 3 hours at the moment because I intend to build this computer and have it run. We're actually not far off the mark because there's not actually a lot going into this computer.
I aim for this stream to finish today.
Yeah. This is your fault.
Of course. Can never take responsibility.
Did you intend this?
Intend what?
Intend to supply me with alcohol knowing that I'm a lightweight?
No, not explicitly.
Fair enough. Right.
You are responsible for your own actions.
Normally
you are supposedly an adult.
Oh, there we go. That's fine. So one thing to keep in mind, I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about it. One thing to keep in mind when fitting RGB fans, remember, make sure they're all the same way up. So I'm going to make sure that all of these are label side up, because otherwise, when mounting fans, I would change the orientation so the cable comes out where I want it to be. However, because these are RGB fans, we want to make sure they're all the same way up, so when they're all doing the same loop dance, they are actually in sync. Otherwise, you'll have one where the loop starts in the top right, one where the loop starts in the bottom, and it will look weird.
Oh, yeah. I hadn't really considered that.
Yeah. Ask me how I know.
Because you look weird?
Because I've made the mistake before. Heck in heck.
No, I don't need to order food. I'm not on Just Eat. It's fine. I have pizza at home. We have pizza at home.
There will be.
The pizza at home. Just an empty cardboard box. Oh.
Oh no. If Kimbo's still watching, she's probably just watching going, oh my god, what is he doing?
Who is this man?
This is the stream that ends my career. Drunk on a single bottle of
cider
while building a computer.
Absolutely. It's fine. At least we haven't insulted entire nations.
You started that. You were heckin' responsible for that, my dude. What's going on, chat? Chris S wants to take away. Graham, should I send my dodgy pine sol to you still?
Yes.
I don't know if I can do anything with it yet.
So?
I need to talk to the Pine 64 guy. I need to find out what his name was again because I've forgotten it. I'm sorry, Pine 64 guy, if you're in the chat. Those fans need to come up. I need to talk to the Pine 64 guy and say, hey, I've got a friend with a dodgy pine sol, and also one of my Pine 64 chargers doesn't work properly. What can we do about this? Can you replace them? In which case I'll send them as a pair. Or failing that, do you have any tips on how we can repair them so I can make a video about repairing them? Because these being open source stuff, that seems like something that you would be interested in.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes, doing videos on actually repairing them.
Exactly. So the answer to that is not yet postal. However, I will talk to the Pine 64 guy and say, my dude.
Here is my ethically sourced knowledge.
Yeah. That's what the title of this stream should be. The ethically sourced stream. Do you know anything about the supply chain of this cider? Is it in fact ethically sourced? How have I lost a screw for these fans?
Well, all I know is that it was made in Somerset. And it was entirely possibly brewed by Weston's. One of them was Weston's, just with a different label.
Wouldn't surprise me. Weston's brew for everyone.
3 Bridges. I think it was that one that explicitly says Weston's on it.
I'm surprised they use multiple sources, to be honest. You'd imagine they would just get Weston's to do all of it.
Perhaps Weston's didn't do the specific blend they wanted for their copper-coloured bottles.
Fair enough.
Something.
Using that screwdriver like an ice pick? What do you mean I'm using the screwdriver like an ice pick?
Surely one...
I mean, I do that to pilot it, and then
wouldn't one use an ice pick approximately like...
Yeah. How else do you use a screwdriver?
Like that, with the handle on the top and being like...
Maximum offend.
No, while we beating a case.
I need to...
Plug everything in.
Yeah, I need to run these, the fan cables somehow. Ciders are crushed. Excruciating pain for them. Oh no. Being employed in Somerset, that's slave labour. Chris, aren't you from Scotland? There's a joke there somewhere. Drop the hard drives in a NAS case and you can effectively turn them on and off. Yeah, I guess. You're not wrong. Right.
Do we have a chorus of I'm a Cider Drinker?
A chorus of what?
The song by the Wurzels.
Oh, I'm not familiar with it. I know the Wurzels, but I'm not familiar with that particular song.
Oh. What about I've got a brand new combine harvester? Brackets, I'll give you the key. Brackets.
I'm not singing on stream. I made that prompt.
I've got a brand new combine harvester.
Everyone in the chat, please state now if you do not want Caradog to sing in the stream either.
See, all you need to do is say it with a suitably Somerset accent, and it will be in keeping with the original. Because it's not like the Wurzels sung. They spoke lyrically.
How dare you?
What do you mean, how dare?
If you want a hard drive to last, use it in an external case and only plug it in when you need it. Yeah, that's not wrong. Not terribly practical. I mean, if you want a hard drive to last, replace it with an SSD. There's a hot take.
Or just have two and not care.
Yeah.
And, you know, engage in backups.
Yeah.
I don't know, I feel like that's
that's
my
the
thing.
problem is...
Just back stuff up, don't care.
The issue is that, like, we are privileged in that we're in the UK with jobs that mean that we can afford to just buy SSDs for our storage.
I guess.
So when people are
or
just
a
like,
case of,
hard...
or just actually having backups.
Yeah, but I'm more thinking in terms of the issue of noise and stuff like that. So
I do not care about noise.
Okay, yeah.
I believe they've demonstrated
I
care
about noise and you care about performance.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the solution to both of those things is an SSD. And I'm just like, SSDs aren't expensive, just buy an SSD. However, that's kind of easy for someone in my position to say. However,
who actually has a job.
Yeah, but the thing is though, if you're not in such a privileged position and you're like, well, no, I don't have the means to just go and replace all of my hard drives with SSDs. Well, what can we do to make that a better user experience? So
fill it with expanding foam, and just put the hard drive inside it, and then the vibrations are dampened. I didn't mean fill the hard drive with expanding foam, although I realised that was what my
clarification.
I realised that was what my phrasing implied.
Yeah.
No, I meant make a caddy out of.
Someone said the fans are the wrong way around. They are not. You had me worried for a moment, though. I'll give you that.
They are doing the in.
Yeah. Let's see. Am I going to do another fan splitter on this? Yes, I am. Could you grab me another one of those fan splitters? There's a bag of them over there somewhere. Right.
Oh.
You're right.
Panel from a case.
It is. I retained it because I will use it for something.
I will use it for fixing something.
Yep.
For replacing the ones on the front of my broken case.
Yeah.
The broken ones on the front of my case, even.
Where's that? HDD spinning rust. Yeah. You need a bag of fan splitters. Buy a bag of fan splitters from eBay China today.
Yes.
Get it done now while you don't need them or when it's not urgent, because then, like me, like that bag of fan splitters showed up during the week, and now like I've used 3 of them today already. I used one with a customer computer, and I've used 2 of them during this stream. And just like, I need a fan splitter. Hey, I have a bag of fan splitters on hand.
And they probably cost you a total of like £3.
Yeah, I think. Shout out to Chris again, because he sourced them.
Oh, were they the Adamant?
Were
they the AliExpress ones?
Yeah, that's right. He posted a link in the
Adamant
IT Discord. He posted a link saying, "Hey, these work out at like 60p each or something like that."
Oh yeah. The ones that weirdly, as you bought more, the price of them went down somehow.
Well, yeah, that's how it works.
No. But like the total purchase price reduced because something was very broken.
I don't know. Either way, they were really cheap, and thanks, Chris, for the link, because I bought a load of those, and now I have loads of cheap fan splitters.
Excellent.
I have forgotten to plug in the CPU power cable.
I'm not convinced it's long enough. It's fine, I'll make it work.
This can be improved.
I'm not saying that I should have mounted the power supply the other way up. However, non-modular power supplies have short cables.
Yes.
Oh god, that's terrible.
We'll fix it in a moment.
Yes. Delivery time from AliExpress. I've had most of my stuff turn up in less than a month.
2 to 3 weeks is what is my experience. It depends on what country you're in. But in the UK, 2 to 3 weeks is my estimate.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's completely tolerable, in my opinion. Like, I mean, yeah. in short,
it's not tolerable if you've got a client waiting on a repair.
If you can't find it anywhere else, like I've done it before when I've needed laptop parts that I cannot find in the UK, I've gone AliExpress, and I've said to the customer, look, we've got to import this from China. That means it's going to take 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah,
might show up in slightly less than that, and they've been like, fine, if that's what we've got to do, that's what we've got to do.
Yeah,
and I've ordered them. It's shown up, and it's been fine.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh yes. I just don't wait for. I was just thinking about the motherboard with the VRMs.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like, oh god.
However, yeah, there's a story behind that. Yeah, if you're trying to repair something, consider whether you can replace the device with a brand new one. First, because then your customer has a brand new device, and then if you manage to then later fix the broken one, then you have a spare. And if it's something like a motherboard, you'll inevitably be able to use that again anyway.
You will almost always need motherboards.
Yeah. Oh, this is a bit awkward, this bit.
Absolutely.
Is that in? It doesn't look like it's in, but I can't see how it wouldn't be at this point.
Jam it, wiggle it.
Yeah, there's slightly
the patented Adamant IT wiggle.
Yeah.
Just a bit there.
That's fine. It's in. That's fine. Good enough for Australia.
Absolutely. Although I question why the standards are so much lower in Australia.
I don't know. However, I watch an EEV blog, and Dave Jones has got really good catchphrases, if nothing else.
Oh, that's a Bobby Dazzler.
Bobby Dazzler, yeah. That's just flapping around in the breeze, that is. I'm not going to try and do an Australian accent. That's a terrible idea.
G'day.
Someone else earlier on said, oh, what countries have you not taken a shot at this stream, Graham? And I'm like, look, I'm trying not to.
I have not taken a shot at Germany. I have not taken a shot at Finland.
What's going on in chat at the moment? Get a grip, Graham. Kimbo's poised on the Domino's hotline. This is true.
Yes.
Did I vote on Brexit because we can't buy anymore in the UK? We're not going to go into politics. I'm smart enough not to do that. I voted stay. That's all. Right, hang on a sec. Fan 1.
I recently added another two 8GB sticks of 3600 RAM to my Ryzen 7 3700X and my X570 board, and my XMP isn't working properly anymore, getting random errors. Is it normal? Yes, basically.
When you say another 2 times 8 gigs, do you have 4 total now? Because if you're running 4 modules, yeah, that's when problems start. I see a lot of people having issues running 4 RAM modules.
Yeah. Yes, because running 4 RAM modules is harder on the memory controller. So
it can
using
be done.
4 modules.
Yeah, there may well be a solution to your issue.
Yeah, absolutely.
However,
it depends on how much time and effort you're willing to put into it, but it will take a lot of tweaking of voltages and playing with timings and frequencies and things like that. So it depends on what how much effort you're willing to put into it. I would start simply by reducing all of the timings. Lengthening the timings, increasing the number, making them less tight. So if it's CL16 18 18 36, take it to something like 18, 22, 22, 44.
I mean, I'd start by just dropping
and see if
the
that
total
works.
Speed first. So what did they say it was?
3600.
3600.
I guess, but...
Yeah. First thing I would do is just drop the whole thing to XMP 3000 and see if your problems go away, because that tells you whether fiddling with the timings and speed will solve your issue or not. If it won't do 3000 XMP, then tinkering with the timings isn't going to help. I would say. Whereas if 3000 XMP works, then you can try 3200, 3400, 3600 slightly looser timings, and so on and so forth. Try a really broad solution first, just to see if you're actually getting somewhere.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. I'm going to put the front panel on this just so it starts looking done.
Yeah, when saying like running XMP at 3000, basically enable XMP, then manually reduce the frequency to 3000, 3200. Something like that.
Because then you're running the same timings that the stock XMP profile would want to run.
It will have also boosted all of the relevant voltages set in the XMP. Just.
Do you reckon I should stick this hub on somewhere, or should we just tuck it into the hard drive bay? I mean, I'm going to sell it with these fans and hubs. So
I would mount it semi-nicely, at the very least.
Let's see. Let's grab some of this. Here's some double-sided. Oh, does it come with a pad? That's perfect. That'll look.
It's even 3M branded.
Nice.
Time to heat the hot glue.
Soren has joined the chat. Heckin'. The stream has fallen deathly silent while I try and peel. Right, I'm going to put this down here.
Were there even holes?
Not on the back of the thing, no.
I just saw the 5 holes and just suddenly went, wait, what?
No idea what those are for. No idea.
No, that's not even... No. I was about to say, oh yeah, for an SSD. But that's what the big ones are for.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yep. No idea. Right. That's going to be USB.
USB. Absolutely. Tweedle. I'm supposed to RMA my ASRock motherboard because of a lot of weird problems with USB, ARGB, RAM overclocking, but then I won't have anything to use. Yes, as someone said. I just missed where it was. Try a BIOS update on it. Because it's amazing how much stuff BIOS updates can fix.
Yeah, especially on AMD.
Yeah, absolutely. Also just a case of, like, if it's on AMD 5000, there was an issue for a while with that, with the C states and USB. So if the motherboard got funky with the C states and using USB, it would get weird, like, stuttery issues with the USB. So possibly a case of double check disabling C states on the motherboard and see if that helps out. It's not necessarily a long-term fix, but yeah.
This was especially the case when you were running like 3600 and speeds like that as well, wasn't it? I seem to remember. Didn't they have a massive issue with 3600 speed RAM memory?
Not as far as I recall.
I remember there was something going on about that. Maybe it got solved.
Yeah. Matthew Barton. So would you say it's best if I wanted to upgrade to 32 gigs of RAM to sell the 2 sticks of 8 gigabytes and buy 2 sticks of 16 rather than another pair of 8 gigabytes? Depends is the answer to that, basically. On what speed the 2 sticks you already have are and what speeds you're trying to run, what processor you've got, etc. For absolute maximum simplicity, yes. In the sense of guaranteeing that it will actually run at that speed, yeah. Selling the RAM you already have and then replacing it with a kit of a specific size, yes, absolutely, because the kits and the XMP profiles are not guaranteed to work with another kit installed at the computer at the same time, even if they are 2 identical kits.
Agreed.
So it's a case of, for actually guaranteed, yes, it will work, and if it doesn't, the RAM manufacturer will provide support. Yes, buy a single kit of 2 times 16. In the vast quantities of, or in the vast number of times, yeah, you'll get away with it. But it's a case of you'll get away with it.
Yeah. I think you only need 4 modules when you're really trying to do balls to the walls performance.
For raw memory bandwidth stuff.
And the thing is, this is one of those times where I'll sound like a complete asshole to say this. However, if you think you need balls to the walls performance, you probably don't. When you know how to make this work, that's when you're ready for balls to the walls performance.
To a degree.
In 99% of instances, 2 modules is fine. You'll be fine. So yeah.
Absolutely. And it's certainly a case that if what you're doing is more latency dependent, you'll get better performance with only 2 sticks. If it's raw bandwidth dependent, you'll probably get more performance from 4 sticks, even if it's at a lower clock speed.
Yeah.
And at looser timings. So, yeah.
These cables are not going to look great, but I don't have time to do this properly, so I'm doing a little bit of a rough job here just to make it all work.
Just make it fit for the moment.
Yeah, and as I say, when I come back to this computer to put in a nice graphics card and stuff like that, I'm going to tidy these cables better.
Probably just take everything out and start again, basically.
No, that's not necessary, but I'll pull this stuff back and just reroute this RGB and stuff like that.
Take all of the crisscross.
Yeah, just reduce the crisscrossing, basically.
Applesauce.
But yeah, I'm not going to be super anal about that right now. Right, have we got everything we need for this thing to turn on? Apart from a graphics card.
Yeah. Yes.
Where's one of those?
Which should be underneath the monitor.
Yeah. I'll put in the one with the bigger heatsink on because it looks cool.
Literally. Hey.
Zing.
Bada boom, bada bing.
I'm going to take out 2. I'm going to take out 2 ones. Even though this is a single slot card, I'm taking out 2 just so we've got the empty slots ready for when the big graphics card goes in. Because what I shall do is I'll take all the spare screws, these blanking plates, all the rest of that, put all of that back in the little box that comes with the case, and I'll put this into one of the hard drive bays. So when the computer is sold, it's sold with all of the fittings in the power supply enclosure. So later on, the owner will actually be like, oh, here's all the spare screws and stuff for this computer.
Here are the bits. This has it. There you go. Good! It's coming together. Oh yes, you put an M2 in there.
Yeah.
Ready for that.
Yeah, we've got a drive, we've got RAM, we've got a CPU, we've got a thing. I think that's everything. I think we're putting the side panels on. There's the glass.
It should be back in the box.
Where's the black? There it is. Alright, put the back on.
And squish.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit.
Bracing.
It's not terrible. It's not terrible. It's not awful.
There have been worse squeezes.
It's just a little squish. It's still good. It's still good. Right, let's upset everyone by doing another peel.
Ah, yes.
Technically, I own this computer, so it's my peel. I can make that statement.
Quite.
Right, is this a double-sided peel? It's not. It's a single-sided peel again. Here we go, everyone. Drum roll.
Let's go.
Oh, it's a silent peel. Just a little bit. Just a little bit for you. Here we go.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit more.
So once again, I've flipped the window upside down and put it on the case because that makes it really easy to polish. Multi-surface polish. And today we're using Pledge.
Lemon Pledge. No, wait.
It's not Lemon Pledge. It's enhancing polish for wood, but it's Pledge.
Ah, yes. Polishing your wood on stream.
Caradog, no. This is why we cannot collab.
Collabing infers that I have an audience that would transfer. I have nothing.
I love that I have an audience that would transfer, implying you have an audience somewhere.
I couldn't possibly comment. I could be the biggest of ASMR YouTubers.
But no one would know because it's audio only.
Exactly.
Man, how much of a plot twist would that be?
Yes.
Meanwhile, someone in the chat is like, wait, you're that Cara Dog?
It's the man. That's our boy.
Yeah. There's a man, there's a boy. Very few people are going to get that reference.
Joining the hot dog IT crew? I don't know what that is. Chris, what is that? Please explain.
Polishing wood at Adamant IT only fans.
Show feet.
Oh no. If you like Phasmophobia, actually go and watch Slinkenage's recent streams. We have been doing, he has been doing rad stuff with Phasmophobia this week.
It has very much been a thing.
Yeah.
There has been much show me.
I've put a big old smudge there.
Oh dear.
There we go. Man, I love tempered glass. I remember the days of plastic side panels. You could not polish those, you would scratch them. Tempered glass is amazing. You can just keep polishing it until it comes fine. Phasmo in VR is oof. I've only had a brief play with Phasmo in VR. You need to bring your VR stuff down here again so I can play with it again, because your VR headset was cool. And I want more time with that.
Alright.
I demand it.
Like, doesies have to know.
Yeah. The problem is we can't really... it's not appropriate to Adamant IT as a YouTube channel.
It's fine, just a 2-hour stream of going, where are you? Where are you? Where am I?
Show me.
Where am I?
Run. Show me. Run. Run. Only Phasmo fans will understand.
Oh dear.
Right. Power. Hoodney.
Yes.
We're not installing Windows on this. We're looking for a post.
No.
I'll plug in a mouse and keyboard though. There's a mouse and keyboard next to you there. Thanks. I got the wrong one. Alright. Bam. Bam.
VR case polisher.
Bam. Oh, we're missing an RGB. Oh no, we have got them both. It's just the camera angle can't see it. The camera angle...
you can just see the very edge of the gloat right there.
Oh, wow, that's a bizarre camera angle, isn't it? Literally, as I go, and it's gone.
Yep.
Just because of the way that heckin' grill works. So, yeah. Right. Let's put that to one side a sec.
You need the...
you need to go down to the HDMI HDMI one. Oh, no, yeah, you can just...
Do I not just want
Yeah,
that?
just make...
Do I just drag it up?
Yeah, drag that up above Brio. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, just above Brio.
There we go.
Yeah. All right, so we're black screening at the moment. Have we got any output here? Oh, it's on CPU at the moment.
Oh, that went well.
I think it's upset. I'm going to turn that around just so you... Oh, you guys can't see it now anyway.
Did you put a 5600...
What did we put in this again? 5600X?
5600X. What did they have in previously?
A 3000 series. It needs a BIOS
so it
update.
Probably needs a BIOS update.
Yeah, this needs a BIOS update. Do we have BIOS flashback on this? Yes, we do.
Excellent.
Yeah, we need a flashback.
Fine.
Do you want to sort that out on the other computer with the...
Sorting that out on the other computer.
Yeah, just use the same flash drive that we used earlier on.
I have enjoyed this conversation.
Right, let's turn that back off again because there's nothing to see.
Please may you shout above the board. It's an MSI...
It's an MSI X570 MPG Gaming Plus.
Gaming Plus... Hashtag edition, apparently.
Yeah. And just so people know, we won't keep this cooler on it. I'll find something else for it that looks a bit nicer, but it'll do. Tweedle says, what MOBO should I get? Not low end, but mid range. What CPU have you got, Tweedle? You might have mentioned it, but I've missed it because I haven't been reading chat. Tagged you in the Pick Stump channel for 3x 120mm front fan view. Okay.
Oh, yes, indeed.
3600, the one with no video. So yeah, I would buy, if I were you, Tweedle, I would be buying a B550 motherboard. You could get away with a B450 motherboard, but B550 will definitely work without a BIOS update, and you will have the headroom to upgrade to a Ryzen 5000 later on. So I would buy a B550, and I would be looking at, there's, let me see. I bought, hang on a sec, where's the Gigabyte that I bought earlier on?
I don't know. I was also going to say, as much as I shit on them, the Asus, that's the wrong USB port, the Asus Gaming E.
Yeah.
There's a B550 Gaming E. Yep. I realised I put that in the wrong hole.
Asus B550 Gaming E. Failing that, I bought this earlier on this week. I've not named
this the right thing.
This is a Gigabyte B550 Aorus Elite.
Specifically the V2.
Specifically the V2. This was £130 this week for a decent B550 motherboard. 130 quid for a decent B550 motherboard. I think that's a good price, and I think that's a solid motherboard for building. I'm putting a 5600G in this next week. So that's what I would do. Asus B550A, what price? What are you seeing for that, Nick Besson? Yeah, the X570. Yeah, I would look out for X570 with Wi-Fi if that's useful to you. But I think you'll be paying £20 or £30 more, and you won't really see a difference. Did this one have Wi-Fi as well? I think this one has Wi-Fi. Yes, it does. Hang on a minute. No need for X570. Yeah. Like, if you find an X570 cheap, then go for it. But B550 is plenty fine. That's 180 Canadian dollars. That's not bad. Yeah, that's what? That's 150, 160 US? What country are you in, Tweedle? I'm just unboxing this motherboard just so you guys can see it. There you go. That's a Gigabyte Aorus B550 Aorus Elite AX V2. Screen cap that now. Press print screen if you want to see the model number. And yeah, look at this. This is a nice motherboard. I don't know the exact VRM setup, but there's plenty of VRM in there. It looks, visually, it looks great, in my opinion. Fanless, big heatsink on the chipset. It's got modest audio, nothing to write home about, but it's fine. On the back, we've got Wi-Fi. USB is okay. 7 USB ports, no Type-C, which is the downside. But it does have a Type-C front panel connector. So you have got that going for you. So yeah, and as I say, I bought this for 130 Great British pounds this week on Amazon, which I think is reasonable. So yeah. Hardware Unboxed has good B550 roundups. That sounds like a plan. So yeah. But yeah, as I say, this was a board that I bought. MSI had a similar option, but the Aorus just... MSI had a similar option for 120, but the Gigabyte just looked nicer to me. Yeah, dual M2, both with heatsinks as well. So yeah. Second PCI Express port is a bit crap. That's a 4X, but who cares? It's not like anyone runs SLI. So, whatever. MSI is £99. Yeah, that's not bad. B550, you're in the US, you use an ASRock B500M. And you're about to... Yeah. Yeah, I mean, see what's available to you. If you can find an Asus board at like $150, that'll be pretty good. But as I say, if this Gigabyte is going for a reasonable price in the US, I think that's a good purchase.
Yes.
Yep.
Good. There's a little flashing LED just in there.
Oh yeah, so Caradog is doing a BIOS flashback. You see that flashing light there? So did you press the power button and then the button?
Yeah.
Yeah, so what we've done is we've put the BIOS on a flash drive. We've plugged it into the specific BIOS port at the back here. Power on, press the button, and we're now flashing the BIOS using flashback. So we're doing a chipless flash. We don't need any video output. We don't need to change the CPU. It's updating the BIOS. We were going to do this in a bit more detail. However, we're hurrying. So yeah. I'm a bit all over the place for this bit. There we go. Any recommendations for a graphics card update from a 1050 Ti on a Z370?
Literally anything.
What can you find and what's your budget, basically? What's your budget? What country are you in? I would say.
But like,
yeah,
I don't know. Depending on what your budget is. But something like, if you're only shopping new, 6600 XT, 3060, 3060 Ti. If you're shopping second hand, you can probably get a 1060 for reasonably cheap. It's not much of an upgrade, but it's a bit better. If you can make what you have last, that's the better option.
Yeah.
Just because the second-hand market will eventually recover, and you will eventually be able to buy stuff. So, yeah.
SD Rager got a 6600 XT for $380 USD. That sounds like a good price.
Yeah.
So yeah. Also, someone it's just scrolled off the top, but someone said, "Is Silicon Lottery a thing with motherboards?" Broadly speaking, no. But specifically, yeah. There's always going to be someone that gets a bad one, and this is where a lot of biases come into play as well.
I mean, in the sense of lottery is will there be one in a million that dies?
Absolutely.
Yes.
You know.
Will there be one? Will there be a grading of quality of the motherboard from to better than advertised? No, not really.
Yeah.
Because none of it is pushing anything specifically to any peak.
Yeah. Tweedle, you got an RX 580. The 580 has held up well. I like the RX 570 and 580. They're not top-end graphics cards, but they've done well.
Yeah, they're certainly good enough to, hold you over.
Are we flashing? Yep, we're still flashing.
Ooh. So, yeah.
You found a 3070 non-LHR, which you traded to a miner for a 3080 Ti. Oh, that was a good move. That was a good move.
Really?
Well, yeah.
Blimey. No, I mean the fact that someone would go for that and not just sell a 3080 Ti, given that you can sell it for 1,500 Great British pounds.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess
maybe
because the LHRs are harder to find.
Yeah. That's the thing. I panic sold my 3060. Did I have a Ti or a vanilla?
No, 3060 standard.
Yeah. I panic sold my 3060 non-LHR because the prices were tanking. And I probably could have gotten more for it, given that it was a non-LHR. But I didn't make a loss, which is the important thing. You got a B450 Aorus Pro motherboard, and the CPU fan header is not working, but the CPU optional is working. Nope, no idea. That sounds like just a faulty. It just sounds like a faulty board to me. I mean, considering the optional fan is working, I've just used that. I don't think there's a simple solution to that. I wouldn't, if it were me, I'd just be like, okay, I'll use the optional header instead then.
Or possibly use a splitter.
If
you need more headers, use a splitter.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Gigabyte VRMs had a lot of BIOS problems. Gigabyte B450 was a rough time for a lot of people, especially Gigabyte, I feel.
Yeah.
However, Caradog and I were talking about this earlier on today when I said, like, Caradog's a Gigabyte fanboy. I had previously been a bit of a Gigabyte fanboy, but I went off them after having a bad experience with their B450 range. However, at this point, I'm looking around and I'm like, actually, you know what? I think Gigabyte are doing well again. you know, that Gigabyte B550 that I've got there, I think that looks like a really good motherboard. Like I haven't run it yet, but I have no reason to believe that I'm going to have problems with that at all.
Yeah.
You've had nothing but bad luck with them. Yeah, that'll be the case for some people. This is why one of the things I always say is use what works for you. You know, like for the longest time, I had nothing but bad luck with Asus. And these days, I find they're a bit of a mixed bag. There's always going to be someone who swears by certain brands, you know. But ultimately, use what works for you. They're all good brands at the end of the day. Yeah. So I think it's done.
Yeah,
it stopped flashing. I'm going to see if we've got video output.
I doubt it 'cause it didn't seem to restart.
Yeah. We doing a power down? It'll restart on its own, won't it?
Not according to the instructions.
Oh, okay.
Only according to the instructions, the LED will stop blinking simultaneously.
Okay. The LED has stopped blinking. So, yeah, hold down.
That's the end of
Force shutdown.
instructions.
Force shutdown. No guts, no glory. I mean, if it breaks, then I'll just desolder the BIOS chip and reprogram it. So, wow, that's turbo dead. We can't force shutdown. All right, reset button. Can't tell if it responded to that or not. You know what? I'm going to power off. Yeah.
And then it stays running.
Yeah. All right, hit it. CPU. There we go.
Yeah, it's the fans.
It's RAM training. Yeah.
Panic mode as well.
And back onto CPU. Power cycled again. There we go. Who's that? That is DRAM. And we should get VGA. No, we're back to CPU. It's power cycling again. And again. That's VGA, I think. So we're just waiting for boot.
There we go. There is no graphics
that'll do.
output protocol. What?
No graphics output protocols detected on this card. It's not. These probably aren't UEFI.
You fine.
These probably aren't UEFI graphics cards, are they? So yeah, but that's fine. Post is post. Let's see. F1 to run setup. That's all I care about.
Have you actually plugged that in?
Yes, I have.
Have you turned on the keyboard?
I've turned it off and on again. Oh, I need to FN F1. That's why.
There you go.
Post.
Ta-da!
That'll do. There we go.
It does a thing.
Yeah. So this one needs more work. Graphics card. Let's see if we can XMP for good measure. XMP is hidden behind our faces. Hold on. We need to vanish for a sec.
It's there.
That's what I want. And bam. Just see if that reboots with XMP. Was it the newest BIOS firmware? Yeah, it would have been the newest non-beta BIOS. Never run beta BIOSes unless you have a specific reason to.
Yeah.
Because they are unstable. I've seen it. No boot device found. Cool. I'm gonna Control Delete and just spam into BIOS one more time.
Hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Roy Ma, you missed DFI. Yeah, they were rad.
Oh, weren't they the ones who did all the LAN party?
Yeah, that's right. Cool.
Ta-da!
And memory speed 3600. There we go.
Good.
XMP.
Good.
All right.
Good.
That's it. We built 2 computers today, everyone. So yeah, we need graphics cards for them. We need graphics cards for both. We need RAM for one. Swish. Do I still say swish? I probably do. That's pretty swish. Yeah. I don't know where I got that from. That's a 90s term, that one is. But yeah. Why is X590 Tomahawk so different? You don't have a button for XMP. This is an older one. Also, we're in basic mode. If I switch to advanced mode, can you see what the advanced button is?
Try F7.
F7, yeah. If we switch to advanced, you probably get something that looks like that. And then we've got to go into OC. Whoops. I've gone...
there you go. And then you've got DRAM just as the
AXMP. Yeah, there we go. That should look a little bit familiar. So yeah, something like that. Radical kickflip, bro. I'm guessing, yeah.
Also because X590 is Intel.
Yeah, he probably means Z590 or X570.
Because if it's an X570 Tomahawk, it will probably look basically the same.
Yeah, one or the other.
If it's a Z590.
Yeah. Mean Girls reference with Swish. Fair enough. It might have been. Stop
trying to make fetch happen.
I have two older sisters who, and at least one of them probably likes Mean Girls. So, slow RAM. Yeah, it's not great RAM, but it's
3600.
It'll be fine. Yeah,
I certainly wouldn't go higher than 3600 unless you are interested in.
Well, also the timings on it were not mind blowing.
Yeah,
but again, it's
18,
fine.
22, 22
yeah.
something.
Like with 3600, you're not leaving any meaningful amount of performance on the table.
Not without effort. Yeah,
you could squeeze a bit more out with some really expensive RAM or with better timings or something like that. That's DDR3, I think. However, it's fine. Basically.
Is it? DDR3 made in 2019?
I think so, yeah. Yes, it is. Yep. Don't ask me why it's 2019, but it's there.
It doesn't say, like, anything useful on this label.
3600 CL18 is great for the price. Yeah, especially considering RAM is expensive at the moment.
It's going to keep going up.
Yeah. RAM is going up in price. It's expensive right now, and it's getting more expensive. Do we know why? Is there a reason for it? Is it just
DDR5?
DDR5, yeah. Everyone's ramping up DDR5 production, so DDR4 is getting more expensive because they're producing less of it.
That is my assumption.
Yeah, it could
also
be.
The fact of because the prices went down because of massive oversupply.
Yeah,
and
we were in a very cheap market for RAM, weren't we?
Because there was massive oversupply.
Yeah.
And now that the oversupply is not so much,
like at
the
one
prices
point
will start stepping up again.
Yeah, like at one point you could get like 3400. You could get a 16 gig 3400 kit for like £60, and that's nuts. Whatever way you spin it.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Because the oversupply has gone down.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that's us. That's good.
Yeah, I think we're done. So thanks for everyone for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this conversation in English.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It was in English.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Kimbo, if you're still watching, can you order the pizzas now, please? I'll have a New Yorker with a stuffed crust. Thanks. I'll pay you back.
I'll pay you back in other means.
With currency, you insensitive clod. But yes, it's peacetime. The translation has been great. Thank you very much, everyone. We will be back next Saturday as usual. And there will be a video out during the week where I will be building using the Meshify C. I'll go get it and just show it to you super quick.
The Meshify C, which we do in fact have and does exist and is real. Do not worry. This has not been a bamboozle the entire time. Ta-da!
Can you click on face cam?
I can. Not.
Left list.
Oh.
Haha! Meshify C. So yeah, that's the Meshify C. It's got the cool fractal front look to it. I love that front grille on these fractals, man. Look at that surface. It looks awesome. So yeah.
It's just doing something with the design of having mesh at the front.
I love it. I wish more people would do more stuff like that. This is why I like the Corsair cases, because they're just trying to do something a bit more interesting than just flat grill, you know, which I think is mind-numbingly boring. So
yeah, exactly. But yes.
That's it. We're done. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll be back next Saturday as usual. There'll be a video during the week which will probably be a build. Yeah, that's it. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you soon. Cheerio.
Oh my god.
See, now you see why it's difficult to end the stream.